What's up, everybody? Welcome to Betamax. My name is Fidel. Joining me on this episode is Eddie, Jose, and Gabe Ochoa.
Hey, how's it going?
What's up, man? How you been?
Great. Fantastic. Stoked to do this and honored to be asked.
Have you done podcasts before?
This would be my third, I believe.
Yeah?
Well, I've done 2 with Walking Blind, 1 with Hardcore Therapist, and now this. So technically 4, but...
All right, I'm going to let Jose take it away.
That's cool.
Yeah.
So, welcome to Betamax episode 200.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, damn, I completely fucking forgot about that.
Yeah, we wanted to do something special, like kind of make it intentional. So we're, focusing the conversation on showcase theater. It's something that's near and dear to all of our hearts.
Yeah.
So we decided to, and make it a little bit even more special by, having some footage in the background and kind of just, film it so that it can be a little bit more intimate.
Yeah.
So, introduce yourself a little bit.
There I am right there. Boom.
Oh, shit.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, it was a great show.
So introduce yourself, man, so everybody who's listening can have a better idea of who you are.
Yeah, so I'm Gabe. I sang in a band back in the day called Bound in Blood. We were based out of Elsinore and Riverside, but we were kind of the house hardcore band. So any show that would come through, Joe would call us, give us first dibs on, opening slots or whatever. Or if a big package came in, like if we played with we did a 6-band show with like Undying, As Hope Dies and stuff, and he was like, "You guys want to squeeze onto this one?" And he still made us play second on that lineup and had one of the touring bands open. But currently doing a band called Darasuum, which is basically formed out of the ashes of Bound in Blood. And that's that.
Yeah. And you also run the Instagram page.
Yeah, I do have an Instagram page called Past Once Nourished, which is basically like a personal collection of just all the flyers and merchandise and stuff that I've accumulated. Some of it also was my brother had me scan in for him, but he had like a lot of the showcase calendar flyers. But so I just run that page too.
Oh, that's cool, man. Yeah, I actually in a part of like the research that I was doing to kind of put together something like historical for showcase for the episode. I had utilized a lot of like shows from your page because I had to go. I mean, it's an archive.
Yeah,
it's a really good one too.
Yeah, I try. It's hard to keep up, especially once I started doing like on this day, then it just became like a whole like oh man, it was just insane. COVID, it was easy because it was just like I could just focus on it.
Yeah.
But once we got out of that, kids, I have 3 kids now, so now it's just like impossible for me to dig through everything and
the time that it needs to like to nerd out and like Gandalf in the archives, I feel that.
No.
Yeah.
How old were you when you started going to Showcase?
Showcase, I probably started going right after. Well, I was still going like in I guess 97. Was probably the first time I went there. Probably like a ska show. We seen like C Spot or Isaac Green and the Scholars or something. And if it wasn't that, it would have been like Homegrown Link 80. But I mainly started going consistently after the barn closed, which was 99. Mainly because no other places to go. And then, How
did you hear about it?
Just it was harder to get there.
Yeah.
So my dad didn't have a car. So we would walk to the barn. Well, we'd walk to downtown Riverside, take one of the trolleys to the barn. And then at 11:30, 12 o'clock when there's no trolleys or whatever, we would just walk through the freeway. On the freeway rather. And then walk all the way back to Bloomington. But so it was harder for me to go to Showcase, even when I started going there as the only venue to go to, mainly because none of my friends in high school drove. I had one friend that drove, and his mom was very anal. Like if he did something wrong at school, the car was taken. So I even have a ticket stub still from 1134 in Black Spot. It was the 1134 return show, and I was at his house getting ready to go, and his mom's like, "Oh, hey, you can't use the car." You know, so I missed it. 1134 hasn't played since, and it's just, or I think they played one show, but it was like a Oak Canyon Ranch show. But yeah, man, it's one of the biggest bummers of my life as far as like the hardcore life goes. But yeah, just it was the only place to go, and just getting there was hard. But once I can find friends, I had a friend Pam that was really big on like, I'll pick you up. Or my friend Barry even was very big on like coming out to. They would drive from 29 Palms or Moreno Valley, pick me up in Bloomington, and drive me all the way to Corona, you know, and then drive back to Bloomington. Then they do their drive home. But yeah, without those two people, I wouldn't have gone to Showcase as often.
Yeah, because even if you were to navigate like the buses to get from Bloomington to Corona, it's the getting back to Bloomington like at 11:30.
Yeah,
you know, that is the problem.
Yeah, you see some crazy shit, especially like walking down University or whatever, man. Like I seen like dudes knock, you know, homeless, you know, couples or whatever, like just dudes knocking chicks out, you know, and it's just like holy crap. And I'm like, you know, 12, 13. Yeah, like I'm like, oh my god, like
yeah, it's a fucking adventure. Like
especially my dad, like, you know, kind of drunk too, you know, so it's just crazy. The whole time of, you know, my younger days of going to shows, it's just crazy what we did just to get to shows. But the barn, I got it for free anyways. Me and my dad hooked up with the guy who ran 98 Posse, so he got us into free for all the shows. And that's what made it kind of sucky once I started going to Showcase, because it was kind of like I was so used. I did 3 years straight of going to every show at the barn until it closed. And then going to Showcase, I knew nobody there. So it's kind of like, you know, reestablishing friendships, or, you know, finding...
creating new ones.
Yeah, you know, and it was seeing 10 Yard Fight when they came out in like 98 with the Fast Break. It was like Fast Break, Collision, it's band Justice, and I can't remember who else. But that show is when I really was like I fell in love with hardcore. And that's when I was really like big on like, I got to get to Showcase for like every freaking show I can. And yeah, so I mean, I had my elementary school janitor take me and my dad to shows.
Hell yeah.
I mean, just so we could go, you know, like he was into punk, you know, so he was just like, yeah, I don't care, I'll go hang out, you know, so drives out to Showcase.
That's awesome. How would you like, how could you describe Showcase? Like say in just a few words, like how would you do that?
Oh man, I feel like it's at least for my friend group, it was just a home base. You know, for us, it was our meetup spot. Whoever was playing, and Showcase had a show every night, so it's just like, yeah, let's go meet at Showcase, and then, you know, go from there, you know, so...
Like, even if you weren't going inside to see the show.
Oh, dude, yeah. I mean, that was just how we made friends with, like, Ron and Joe and stuff, because it just became a point where they just seen us every night.
All the time,
and so now we're, you know, building these friendships just on hanging out at shows. And, yeah, I don't know, like, Logan from, you know, the Showcase documentary asked me the same thing. And it's like, you know, I never really thought about it, you know, because realistically, I took it for granted. You know, just that room, you know, those people, like everything about it, you know. So to me, like when I get together with all my friends, we just always talk about like, that was our meetup spot. It's like our abandoned playground now, you know. When we go past it, it's just like, man, we used to meet up there all the time, like just dick around and you know, whatever, you know, and it just sits there.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, it's a bummer.
Yeah,
it's a bummer. How would you guys describe it? Like, do you remember your first, like, you know, like when did you start going? Like,
the very first show I went to there was like a Battle of the Bands type show.
Oh, the Showcase Showdown?
Yeah. It was one of those. And I went because, do you remember Stiletto?
Yes.
It was like River Rats before River Rats. They were playing, and like I was friends with those guys. And my cousin's band was playing the B Sharps. So I was like, fuck it, I'll go. You know.
Was that the ska band?
Yeah.
Oh, because they still play then, right? Like,
I don't know.
Who's your cousin?
Jimmy. He was the big guy.
The bass player.
Oh, okay.
He was a bass player.
Because they used to play at Novia all the time.
Yeah, I think they like kicked him out or something. But yeah, like so the first show I went to there was one of those like Showcase Showdowns.
Okay.
And that was like in maybe 2004, 2005, around there.
Nice.
Yeah, because before that I didn't really go to shows or anything because I didn't know, you know.
So that was like your first place to ever like go to a show?
Yeah.
Same.
Yeah, I think the first like I guess, hardcore show or like metal, because I was really into metalcore and stuff like that. Was probably like this band Winter Solstice.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, do you know?
Yeah.
I remember seeing them there, and then anytime the Warriors would play, like me and Cisco would always go. Like,
Hell yeah.
Anytime we saw Warriors on the flyer, we were there.
Set the stage.
Yeah.
You know what's crazy about the Warriors when they did War as Hell? I had a lot of friends who were like so pumped on them. Them like Embrace Today, they were like, you gotta check these bands out, or like Think I Care and stuff like that. Like, you gotta check these bands out, or whatever. Then they released War as Hell, and all those same kids were just like, they're a metalcore band now. Like, they wrote them off, man. And it was like, you're crazy. This is fucking awesome.
Yeah.
Like, I thought they only got better. You know?
Yeah. God forbid a band like evolves.
Yeah. You know what I mean? Same with Embrace Today. Embrace Today turned all, Soldiers was like too heavy for like the real hardcore kids. And so they like wrote them off too, which is like, it was crazy. Soldiers to me is still like a top tier, like, easily top 20 album for me.
Yeah.
But I'm a straight edge kid too. So it's just like this very straight edge album.
Yeah. Very biased.
Yeah. Of course.
I feel that.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right, good.
Yeah. What about you, dude?
Same thing, dude. I think that's when I started going to shows. I was more on the punk side. Like, to me, Showcase was always like a punk venue.
For sure.
But yeah, I mean, I don't remember the first show. I think it was probably like a Battle of the Bands type of thing. But it was probably like Narcoleptic Youth, something like that.
Nice.
Sick.
Yeah. But yeah, and same thing, dude. Like, I can't count how many times we went to just hang out. It was like a sold out show, and we just chilled outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Yeah, I it was a place for me to start going to shows as well, and that was like right at the time when I was really starting to like learn so much about punk and all the subgenres that are in that spectrum. You know what I mean? At that time, I was hanging out a lot with Omar from Soul Search, and he's putting me onto bands like Conflict and
all the punk stuff.
Yeah, all I evolved through them. I had learned more about like anarcho-punk, and then through that into like power violence, and then hardcore, then your metalcore, like, and I just it all happened kind of like fast,
Yeah.
And I just remember like my very first show that I think I ever went to at Showcase was an Anarcho Punk Fest in 2003 with it was like Phobia, Resist and Exist. Oh man, there was like this, I can't remember the name of it offhand, but there was this, they were like one of the headliners. It was like this oi-ish, like street punk style band, but it was like very like anarcho in nature. And it was like, just one of those, they had like basket weaving like workshops like in between bands and poetry and shit, you know what I mean? And I thought it was really cool because it was like an experience, and I was really getting into that stuff, and bro, I remember it blowing my mind. Like, this is so cool. There was so much like, and I'm so glad it was my first show because there was so much culture, like, and it was such like a shock in a positive way for me, and like I had to keep going. Like, I wanted to do it more and more and more, and to the point where I was there like every fucking weekend,
Yeah.
Yeah, and then like, I signed all the way up, dude. Like, patches all over, you know what I mean? Like,
you got the uniform going.
yeah, dude, I had to, man. Like, it really became a place where I got to really express myself, because it was at a time like I was like, my family was couch surfing, so, and we were staying with an uncle who was a DA at the time. And he had like these very strict, boundaries about like I couldn't have like friends over and things like that. So it's kind of like I didn't really have much or anywhere to like go and like, and I just had my brother. I'm still kind of like new to the area and the school and stuff. So going there with and meeting so many people and kind of being around like-minded people really provided me a place to like feel like not like I belonged, but like I was a part of something that like I'm not alone in a way. You know what I mean? Like there's more people here who like and enjoy and want this,
just like you.
Yeah, just like me. You know what I mean? Question stuff. Don't like being told what to do. Like liked aggressive music with fucking attitude and like some actual substance. Not some recycled stuff that you hear on the radio all the time. So it was cool, the whole cultural aspect of it just blew my mind. Like, it was so punk rock to me, and I'll never forget it. I'm glad it was my first show though, for sure. Yeah. for sure.
That sounds gnarly, dude.
Yeah, it was cool, you know.
I don't know how I missed that.
Huh?
I don't know how I missed that. Like in 2003, it's like I should have known about that because I was already going there. Like I was already playing there by that point, you know. So it's like I should have been like knowing like a fest was going on there.
Yeah,
especially with Phobia. Like,
yeah, dude. It was really cool. Yeah, I wish I remember the name of that other band. I thought they were really cool because I was like, man, these guys sound street punk, but like they're playing with a bunch of crust bands. You know what I mean? And it was pretty awesome.
Phone shut off.
I guess it's a good time for me to maybe transition into kind of providing a little bit more context to the people who are listening and don't have like a familiarity with like what we might be talking about as far as like Showcase and why it means so much to us and how much bigger it is than just like the four of us, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, it is a building, dude.
Yeah. Sick.
Mm-hmm.
So you're gonna read it off right now?
Yeah, so it's like a little like a research project I did to help kind of drive the conversation. So as I'm reading though, like feel free to like it's all a part of the conversation, you know what I mean? That way, you know, the more context, the more, you know, to go over. All right, so you guys ready?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. It took me a week to do this, so
Better.
Actually, I don't want to do it anymore.
fuck you, I'm doing it anyways.
All right, cool.
All right, so before it became a legendary venue for punk and hardcore, the Showcase Theater in Corona, California started out as something far more modest, a single-screen movie theater. According to an article by Ron Pierce for Cinema Treasures, it opened in July of 1973 as a part of a small chain of cinemas called United General Theaters, and ads began popping up in the Independent Theater Guide of Los Angeles by January 1st, 1974. Tucked in a tiny strip mall near Corona's old Circle City Center, just a block away from the original Corona Theater, this little cinema was a classic neighborhood spot. Locals remember catching films like Grease and Saturday Night Fever for the first time, and double features of Platoon and Better Off Dead with 50-cent concessions. Architecturally, it was rather unremarkable, best described as a blank canvas that could be easily converted into anything. So like, it was even commented that like even from like the marquee itself, so like the Showcase Theater title and the name of the marquee and everything, that's all from when it opened up as a movie theater. It hasn't changed it. Like like the venue didn't change any of that. Like they just adopted it.
That's dope,
That's
dude.
crazy.
Yeah, they just inherited it. So it's always been called Showcase Theater.
Oh,
and that
shit.
marquee has always been like that marquee.
Yeah.
You know, so
Yeah.
so and as somebody had stated, like, you know, it was just kind of, you know, just kind of bland in a way. So, and by the early 80s, that plainness ended up becoming its downfall because in 1981, United Artists, now owned by Regal Cinemas, opened a 6-screen multiplex just 7 miles away in the Park Sierra community of the neighboring Riverside. And like many other small picture palaces, it too could not survive the multiplex boom, right? So obviously, you know, the theaters that we're more familiar with today, you know, bigger productions, flat, bigger lights, and, you know, all that stuff. So I mean, it's going to draw a lot more people, a lot more attention, and those types of like novelty theaters are just going to, you know, become something of the past. You know?
I'm curious, was it like, because even I'm not like entirely familiar with like its origin, but like, was it like just you know how they do like in Hollywood Forever Cemetery, like they just put up a white screen and a projector just on it, and like people just stand and watch a movie, or were there seats in there?
I'm not sure. Like,
you know,
in doing the research, when it said like putting, like when it was authorized to become like a music venue, that the capacity that it was authorized for included both standing and seating. So I don't know if that at the time maybe they like it took into account like seating that they might have had. But I can't imagine it being a very big theater because it.
Oh, no way.
Yeah, you know what I mean. Like I was even myself trying to picture like where did they have the projector? Like,
Yeah.
where would they put the screen? You know, I imagine like stage was the screen.
Well, I mean, because the balcony of the backstage area, you could see they had an open window. So I imagine the projector was there, which is basically the office and showcase.
Yeah,
When
yeah.
you walk upstairs, so like they had like a sliding window, which I imagine where the projector
Where the
went.
projector
But like
went, yeah.
again, it's just like the wall just looks so dinky, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like I don't know, like
Yeah, unless like because I mean the stage wasn't always there.
no, of
You know
course
what I
not.
mean?
Yeah.
So there may have been like the way that it was set up at the time, maybe favored like to house like a screen or something.
Yeah, like see, like we're like right here, the Bridge 9 banner. Like that's where I imagine they would have projected the movie.
Exactly.
You know, so it's just weird that like, but like how? Like was it like a proper screen?
know.
A sheet? You know,
I
like,
wish I had I wish there's pictures, dude.
Yeah, right.
So like actually in going to put this all together because it's a total of 4 pages at size 14 font.
Mm-hmm.
It really got my brain going, dude. I was having a really good time putting this together, and it kind of motivated me to maybe kind of because when I was looking up stuff, there's like just tiny bits and pieces here, and I was looking at a lot of like anecdotal stuff, like on comments left on social media
Yeah.
from people who were there at like Spanky's and stuff at the time. But there wasn't like a one place where you can kind of have like kind of like a comprehensive like history and like tribute, you know. So I was trying to kind of do something like that, and I was thinking, I can even expand on it. You know, go to the library, look in the archives, and see what maybe footage, like information they might have in regards to that theater, and
Yeah.
stuff, and then put together like a much more robust article that includes that type of imagery and information. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It would be kind of cool because then it would serve as like the place that people would go to actually like have one place to find all of the historical, you know, information. You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah. I should probably even ask Omar, Ezzat's son. The next time I see him, he was still like real young too, but I'm sure he's old enough to remember maybe when Ezzat, finally took it over.
I was 100% gonna reach out to them and Joe, and I was gonna maybe even consult like more well-known like punk journalists, and kind of just pick their brains and kind of see like.
So it was the same owner when it was the theater that like when it transitioned?
What do you mean?
Same
No,
person?
Ezzat.
No.
Ezzat went from Spanky's and then got Showcase.
Oh, okay. So he bought the building.
Thought.
Okay.
I cover all of that.
Got it.
It's actually really good.
Okay.
So in 1993, it was reborn. The floor was leveled, a stage was built, and it was officially converted into a 450 capacity music venue under the vision of Ezzat Soliman. He was an Egyptian immigrant, Navy veteran, and former owner of Riverside's legendary punk club, Spanky's Cafe. Ezzat, who was referred to as the Hilly Crystal of California by New York hardcore originals, Murphy's Law. He was a community-focused entrepreneur who saw potential in forgotten spaces. And echoing the words of showgoers, Spanky's was a punk rock hotspot in downtown, nestled next to City Hall, and it was a humble Italian restaurant by day and an underground music venue by night. At Spanky's, SoCal legends like No Doubt, Chain of Strength, Voodoo Glow Skulls played sweaty, intimate sets, but bigger names also came through, like Entombed with Morbid Angel and Unleashed in 1990.
Damn.
And The Offspring with Guttermouth and Face to Face in 1991, as well as hardcore favorites like Instead, Judge, Slapshot, and Infest, as well as punk veterans The Vandals and Bad Religion. Ezzat also ran the Thrash and the Masterdome in San Bernardino, but most would agree that Showcase Theater was his crown jewel. But still, Spanky's was the blueprint.
Yeah.
Because like honestly, it's really kind of hard to talk about Showcase without including the lore of Spanky's. Like you have to. Like it's just kind of like The Hobbit and Lord of the Rings. You know what I mean? Like the way that those two stories combine into one big like lore, you know?
Yeah. It's like Spanky's was my dad's venue. Like my dad went to Spanky's.
Word.
They saw like nuclear assault there and shit. Like,
oh, like for real?
Yeah.
Oh, fuck yeah, that's tight.
Yeah, so I have that flyer too as well. But yeah, my dad went to Spanky's, like Monopolies and all that shit. So
that's tight.
Big.
It's cool because I even looking at like the way that they have like their calendar, their calendar shows, their flyer for the like how they would multiple. Have you seen it?
The
before?
calendars from Spanky's?
Yeah. It looks like stacked tapes, you know?
Oh no,
like
I haven't seen that.
It looks like I'll show you guys.
Yeah,
It looks like the predecessor of like what ended up becoming the Showcase Theater like calendars.
Yeah.
And it's pretty cool. And a lot of them that I found, you see like Chain of Strength and another show, Chain of Strength, you know? And,
yeah.
like they played there a lot, dude. You know, and it's like, man, That sounds really fucking cool, man.
I know, man. And it's crazy though. It's like when you think about it in terms of now, like all the kids, always go, "Oh man, like the shows at Showcase, like you're so lucky to have been there." Whereas like, I'm always like, "Man, you're lucky to be in the Spankies."
Yeah, 100%. That's how I feel, dude. Because it's like, man, I would love to know. I would love to know, or have been like a fly on the wall, or have like some sort of time capsule where I can be at Showcase like in the '90s, and then also Spankies before that.
Yeah.
Because like people that were describing like being there at shows, there was like, oh man, like I don't know how they fit so many people in there, and it was so sweaty. Like people commented nonstop about how sweaty it was, like how sweat would be like dripping from the ceiling, like on some shows, because it would be so intense and crazy. But like everyone praised it as being like the best time, like the best place.
Dude, they would pack us so much. I guess like the best memories being packed would be the Valentine's Day show with Bleeding Through, Norma Jean, Beloved. Man, like, shit. Dude, I remember like I loved head walking. And Showcase was like the perfect head walking venue.
Yes.
I remember you could walk all the way to the cafe area, and you're just kind of like, well, fuck, like now I'm just stuck on here.
Yeah.
Because like there's just so many people crammed in there, like you just couldn't even get down.
Yeah.
It's like just like sardine basically. Or the Adamantium final show with Death by Stereo, same thing. You're just like this, like, oh my god, like it's
funny because we were even watching some footage of like an Addicts show from like 2002. And I remember going to a lot of those shows, and they would pack that place so bad, right? And every time when they have like that intro from A Clockwork Orange, and they would like do their
the walk from the stairs back, yeah.
But it's funny because they would have extra security detail because they had to like hold everyone back.
They would put Monkey on top of Ron's shoulder just like
get through it. Like to form something of a pathway, dude. And it looked like those guys were working so hard because there's so many damn kids in this building, but the best fucking
Addicts Showcase.
Oh, dude.
Amazing time. I didn't even like Addicts until I seen them at Showcase. Then anytime they play Showcase, I was there.
Have you ever seen the Addicts at a different venue?
No. I kind of don't
don't want to.
But Ron, I still talk to Ron and Joe a lot. And anytime Addicts come through, they'll call me up like, yo, come hang out, I'll get you in. No. But I just like our schedules just don't align. But eventually I'll catch them at like House of Blues.
I saw them at the House of Blues in Hollywood, dude.
Yeah.
And it was a dope show, but I was like, it's not the same.
Yeah.
It's not the same.
I mean, you've seen any band that like, that big of a name.
Yeah.
In a 400 cap room is just insane.
Yeah.
A band that could draw 1,000 people just packed into a fucking Showcase.
Yeah, dude. And people would be like outside so bummed.
Yeah.
Like to have like missed their opportunity to get inside,
Yeah. Same like Subhumans would play there,
Yeah, dude.
It's just like the same thing.
To the point where they'd always have to do things like that for 2 nights in a row because of how like crazy, like, because even back in the day, like I mentioned it in here, they've been doing 2-day shows for big names as far back as the early 90s,
Yeah.
Like it's
well, sometimes it's 2 in a day. Like they would have think of it all. Then show Strive. That one was 2 shows one night.
Yeah, I remember that they would do like the matinees, and then they had the evening shows.
Well, that one was because it was like, I guess it was like raining, whatever. But the fire marshals came and they had to split the shows up into like a 5 o'clock and like a 10 o'clock.
Hell yeah!
So
damn. Right on. All right, so Showcase quickly cemented its reputation, not just as a local music hub, but a premier destination for independent and underground music across Southern California and eventually the world. Because bands touring from overseas often made their way through the West Coast and made it a point to stop in the IE to play Showcase. It was even featured in Penelope Spheery's Decline of Western Civilization Part 3 in 1999, a raw documentary film spotlighting gutter punks and the scenes that they called home. The film includes interviews with icons like Keith Morris of Black Flag and Circle Jerks, and Flea of Fear and Red Hot Chili Peppers. And it features live performances from Final Conflict, Naked Aggression, Litmus Green, and The Resistance at Showcase. It's a pretty cool documentary. Have you seen it?
Not the third
one. Not the third one?
I've seen the first 2.
Yeah, she did all 3. And the first one was the classic that has like the Black Flag and the Germs.
Yeah.
And then the second one was about
I think that's
the hair
metal one, like in Sunset Boulevard and like all that glam era stuff. But Part 3 was at Showcase. Like, so the image that you see of like is that like old image of like and him like
with the marquee in the background
behind there. Yeah, that's from that an interview
While they were filming
in that movie. So because he actually interviewed him in it. Joe Case Lujan, the venue's longtime talent buyer and manager, once said that when he visited CBGB's in 2003, they treated him like royalty. That's the kind of reputation Showcase had in the punk and hardcore world, and a full circle moment from how Ezzat was described after his passing in the summer of 2025 by Murphy's Law, like how I mentioned earlier. For 15 years, Showcase was a sanctuary for local punks, hardcore kids, and metalheads alike, as well as a proving ground for bands that would go on to define genres. But in 2008, it all abruptly came to a halt. Due to constant complaints from neighboring merchants, the press framing it as a nuisance, and the subsequent pressure from mounting from the city, the doors were forced to close permanently. The building sat dormant for 14 years, trapped in a bureaucratic standstill due to Assembly Bill 1X26, signed in 2011 by Governor Brown, which dissolved redevelopment agencies across California. Ironically, Corona's own redevelopment agency office was located right down the street from Showcase. So, fuck you, took you down with me. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Didn't go down that fight, baby. No, it was just meant to be a coincidence.
Yeah.
On August 8th, 2022, at 7 a.m., demolition crews arrived, and the transformation into a 3-year revitalization project spearheaded by the now reformed Corona Office of Economic Development called The Hub had begun. The Hub features new tenants like Circle City Tavern and Starbucks, among others, occupying the former plaza that once entertained locals for generations. And while urban renewal has its place, so does the history of what came before. Because for many, Showcase wasn't just a venue, it was a home. A place where kids who didn't fit in anywhere else found belonging, a space to express themselves and enjoy the best years of their life. It was a place where bands were formed, scenes flourished, and memories were etched into every wall and plastered on every corner. I mean, it's like, you know, it's like rent free in the head, you know, for people who are like regulars there, like who call it like a home. Because I always considered it like a home away from home. I mean, I have the address tattooed on my arm, you know. So like, you know, I always framed it as like a place where I went to go like get in just enough trouble. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Behind the scenes, it was a family affair. Oh, it was like a family affair. Joe curated the shows. Randy Kibbe ran the sound. Mark Esparza handled lights. Maria worked the snack bar. Ron kept security in check, and the Soliman family held it all together. The final show was on April 28th, 2008, headlined by Death by Stereo and Seosin. Both bands shared stories on stage that night about how they each got their start at Showcase. It was a moment where we all felt like we were a part of something, cut from the same cloth. Over its lifetime, Showcase hosted an insane roster of talent like Blink-182, No Doubt, Dead Kennedys, The Addicts, Incubus, Impending Doom, System of a Down, Dropkick Murphys, Sublime, NoFX, Body Count, Toxic Narcotic, Blue Oyster Cult, and so many more.
Damn, Blue Oyster Cult?
Yngwie Malmsteen even graced that stage.
Shut the fuck up. That's tight.
Yeah, it blew my mind. I stumbled on the fly and I was like, no fucking way.
Yeah, dude. That's crazy. Dude, I found a bunch of badass shows. Check this out. So hardcore and metal fans remember standout evenings like Napalm Death and Obituary with System of a Down and Machine Head in 1994.
Holy shit.
All in the same bill?
All in the same bill.
What the fuck?
AFI's Answer That and Stay Fashionable tour on August 6, 1995. And again, like I think it was the following year, they did Black Sails. They stopped through there again on another tour for another album. So I mean, like, and when I was looking through it, like they did that like with every fucking album. So like they were obviously regulars too, you know? Like think about that, man. Like the California Takeover tour with Snapcase, Earth Crisis, and Strife in 1996. Napalm Death with System of a Down and 18 Visions on August 8th, 1997, followed by the next night with Man is the Bastard and Sadistic Intent.
Holy fuck.
Wait, the California Takeover hit Showcase?
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was just whiskey.
Well, that what I found when I looked it up on the like it was like some archived, like it was a site that had like a bunch of archival stuff.
Yeah.
And where people would submit like ticket stubs, like more detailed information about shows.
Yeah.
And it came up as that. I did see one that had it the whiskey.
Yeah.
I can't remember if it was the same night or not, so I don't know. It just came up like that.
Yeah, or maybe the whiskey just recorded that night or whatever.
Yeah, I mean, I could be wrong. It could be a mistake. You know, I'm not perfect, but that's just from what I was able to put together and find.
Yeah.
Hatebreed Satisfaction is a Death of Desire tour in 1998.
Yeah, I have a poster for that.
Really?
Yeah, we'll have like the poster that says like the date on it. Yeah,
That's
but not
fucking
like
tight.
one of these posters. It's just the Hatebreed logo.
Oh, the actual Hatebreed.
Yeah, the actual like
poster.
Victory Records promo for Satisfaction, but it has the date written on it.
That's
so,
badass, dude.
yeah.
You gotta put. You're like Indiana Jones with like that.
I tried. Again, Joe would get mad at me. I go fucking ripping off the posters and shit.
I used to do the same. I used to do the same, dude, and I feel so stupid that like I had to like I got rid of a bunch of them, and I was like, and in retrospect, I'm like, man,
I got rid of all my
fucking idiot. Yeah, all my ticket stubs. The only ticket stub I saved that I'd have to find is for a number 12 Looks Like You, and it was like a show that Alexis and I had been at the same time. Alexis is my wife.
Okay.
So it's kind of like, I don't know, cute, I guess.
She was at that show?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
Yeah. I remember like trying to mosh, and like some dude like fucking, I got the smoke, bro. And he, I was like saying hi to Alexis or whatever, or no, something like I felt like she's like, you're bleeding, and I was like, oh shit, what the fuck? And I looked at my earring and the piercing like on the cartilage right here, and she's like, oh, it came out, so she like cleaned it up and like kind of fixed it up for me, and I was like, I'm gonna marry you one day. Another one I thought was cool that I found, Phobia with Grief and Bleeding Through in 2000.
Holy shit.
That's
a wild show, huh?
Yeah.
Hardcore Halloween with Throwdown, Donnybrook, and Bleeding Through in 2003, which you probably remember. I remember.
I was there for sure. Yeah, I think Sick opened that, which was members. It was Derek on drums. I think Ryan Downey on vocals, who now manages like Throwdown and Dillinger.
No shit.
Or he did manage Dillinger, but yeah. But it was. I remember they had like a whole like curtain that night for their set.
Yeah,
but yeah,
did.
Well, I think the only show they played too. So
that was the only show they played.
Yeah, Sick played. Yeah,
really?
Yeah. It might have even just like.
Was it just like
it might have even just been a Misfits cover set.
Oh, I see. Like a one night.
Arms and Bar. I could be thinking "Die Die My Darling," which also had Downey singing, but with Mick Datz from 18 Vision playing also. But
is it kind of like a international superheroes, a hardcore kind of thing?
No, I think it was just like more like a joke thing, like a hardcore Halloween, like fucking.
No. Oh yeah. Oh, I see what you mean. Just because, but for like that one night though.
Yeah. Like they just did that.
That's pretty fucking.
Yeah.
Cool,
So like they did Die Die My Darling was like one hardcore Halloween. Another one was that band Sick.
That's dope.
Just a bunch of other band dudes doing cover sets.
That's dope. Another one that I found on here was Deicide with Amon Amarth and Behemoth in 2003.
Yeah, I went to that one too.
Behemoth.
Yeah, dude. Carry on.
I think I just posted that, like a little cutout flyer of it anyway. But what was crazy about that show was that my memory of it was there was only like 200 people there, and then the following year I saw Behemoth at Worcester at the Palladium for the New England Metal Hardcore Fest, and then they're playing to like 4,000 people, and it was just like a crazy like that trajectory, like that band is like, for me it was like overnight. I was like, I just seen it with the Monomarth to like 200 people, and now they're over here headlining New England Metal Hardcore Fest to like 4,000 people.
That's sick.
But yeah, that was a great show.
Yeah,
but my memory, I could be totally wrong. It was probably backed out, but my memory was like there's 200 people there for that lineup.
Damn, 200.
That's how I remember it.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But I did see Blink-182 in Riverside play at the Famous Stars and Strap store. Like,
yeah, I remember that.
Yeah,
I didn't go to it, but I remember that.
My memory too was like 200 people. Then I recently, like, I don't know, 4 months ago, watched the video of it. I'm like, oh man, there's like 800 people here. Like, so my memory is shot when it comes to like turnouts. But
plus you've been to so many shows.
It's all
what
blur.
I mean? Yeah, it can be kind of a blur.
Yeah, but I remember just going like, dude, DSI Behemoth, Amon Amarth, like, and I think even whoever opened was also like a very notable band.
Yeah.
But I remember even then just going like, this is like insane for this band to be here.
Yeah.
But my memory, even like as I picture it now, like watching Behemoth anyway, there was only like 200 people there.
Yeah, like half the room was filled. Yeah, that's crazy to think.
Which I feel like a lot of those shows, like seeing like Guttural Secrete, play to like 20 people. I recorded that. You can find that on YouTube too. There's like 20 people there for them, or fucking. There's this other Devourment. I have a video of them too. There's like 100 people, and it's but like 100 people in that room, it like scattered around, looks like 20 people.
That's
So,
true. That's true. Yeah, people underestimate like what 100 people in a room looks like.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like a lot. No.
look
Yeah.
shot. 100 people look shot, especially in a venue like that fits 450 or whatever.
Yeah.
Or a place that will pack 600 even, like 100 people, like not that great.
They for sure fit more than 450 in there on occasion.
Dude, no,
Oh,
they
yeah.
easily fit 600 people in for that Bleeding Through show.
For sure, dude.
Yeah.
I've been to some where I'm like, there's no fucking way.
Addicts for sure 600.
For sure, dude.
And Subhuman for sure 600.
For sure.
But I know they would almost top it out at 600.
Conflict was for sure blown out too, dude.
I never got to see Conflict.
The 2 nights that they did there was blown out both
Yeah.
nights. Yeah, dude. Fuck. The last 2 that I put on here was Carry On's last show in 2005.
Yeah,
I went to one night.
Yeah.
I think
Their
it was
last show is that Showcase?
Yeah, both that 2 nights.
2 nights.
I always remember seeing that flyer like, when Evan was living with you.
They had the 2.
Yeah, he had the flyer that was on.
That was such a cool
Yeah,
flyer.
dude, I had a guy from England stay with me for that, and from Alabama.
That's
They
wild.
stayed at my house. So I was like,
That's
I was
wild.
like, really? Like, it's like, really? Because I always see Carry On like open shows there, and I didn't really think much of them, But again, like when I talk about like that whole era stuff, it's like I just want a heavy, I was like Bleeding Through, HT Visions, Throwdown, like just give me more of that,
Yeah.
Like, it's like all this like youth crew, hardcore punk stuff was like I was like above it, So that's the only one like even though that's what I started like 10 and stuff like that, but once I like heard Hatebreed, it was just kind of like
Game over.
oh for sure.
That's kind of the same for me.
All the heavy,
Yeah.
dude. Just give me all the heavy.
The last one I have on here is the red chord with Through the Eyes of the Dead, Despised Icon, All Shall Perish, and See You Next Tuesday on 2007. Really?
I was at that show.
Fuck yeah.
I have it.
We're going to look for it so we can put it on the screen. But yeah, there it is right there. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. So yeah, but like, I mean, as we know, that barely scratches the surface.
Yeah.
100%.
Around 2016, another documentary went into production set out to be part historical record, part music film that pays tribute to Showcase Theater and the legacy forged by its founder, Ezzat, along with friends, family, bands, and artists. It features interviews with and live performances by the Addicts, AFI, Real Big Fish, Subhumans, Narcoleptic Youth, Strife, and many others. In an interview with Sean Ryan of Viewpoints, a student-run digital newspaper of Riverside City College, director and editor Logan Patrick states, anytime you start talking about Showcase Theater with people, their faces light up and they can't wait to talk about what it meant to them. Showcase was more than a famed destination for alternative music around the world. It's renowned for the community it helped create and foster. It was a DIY institution, a launching pad, and a cultural cornerstone of the Inland Empire. A monument to the shared values of counterculture that unite punks, hardcore kids, wrecking crews, metalheads, rude boys, and everything in between. And though the lights have long gone out and the walls have been torn down, the echoes of kick drums and the ring of guitars, loud, sweaty, chaotic, and beautiful, still resonate in the hearts and the minds of everyone who has ever called it home.
Yeah.
It's pretty much all I got.
Wait, so that wasn't the documentary we saw then, right?
Yeah,
that was
it was-
yeah.
2016? That's when it was.
No. The 2016 is when it started. Like when he started putting it all into production. I remember talking to him around that time, and to contribute at some capacity.
Mhm.
He's even in that same interview that I mentioned. Talks about how like when people caught word of it.
So this is a long project.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
I mean, it's still in production. It's still in production. It has no formal release date. It has no like. It's kind of like the bureaucratic standstill or the freeze that it was.
Oh my God. And the amount of people that are so pissed off that's not out yet.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, like
because everybody wants to see it. Everybody like I don't think a lot of the people know like the magnitude that Showcase had on it because all these people have like long gone fell out of this crap.
Yeah.
And the fact that they know that this documentary exists and they can't see it drives them absolutely insane because they still want to relive those moments or even just like see the freaking room again,
Yeah, dude, like just to be able to kind of like just have it, pop it in, and then just enjoy it, like just looking at it or putting my kids onto it, like having it as that historical piece, right? Along with like my UKDK and Punk and Disorderly, you know what I mean? My Ramones live, at the Hollywood Bowl and stuff, I could fit it in that collection,
Yeah.
But yeah, it sucks that that's not available. The only way we're able to see it is whenever they decide to do the screenings. Yeah.
And I think he's done screening it after the
last
the
one.
DBZ ones. Yeah. So.
Yeah. So do you know if the goal like is to clear a lot of those like the reshoots and
That's
stuff?
all it is.
That's all it
It's
is?
just the music.
Oh,
He's just
okay.
trying to get the music cleared, and he's still like piecing interviews here and there, but the majority of it is just getting the music clearance.
Got it. What band was he in?
He didn't play in a band. His brother played in a band called the Final Burden.
Oh,
So
got it.
that's why he was, people were thinking it's too hardcore or whatever. I mean, that was basically why, because his brother played in all those,
Yeah,
with
yeah,
all the
yeah.
hardcore shows,
Yeah.
So
I remember going to the mall and going. I think it was like he worked at Zoomies. I think it was the singer.
oh,
in
the
Final
singer,
Burden.
yeah, Paul,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, and I was like, hey, that's the guy from Final Burden.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember like sometimes I'd go in there and just like say what's up, and then he would like just to be funny like start doing like pig squeal shit.
Yeah, I used to stay the night at his house.
Yeah.
All night, all we would do is just listen to bands. Like I didn't have the internet when I was living in Bloomington. So when I would get out he lived in Lake Elsinore, I would stay the night at his house, and all night all we would do is just sit on mp3.com and just
Hell
listen to
yeah.
music. I mean,
Yeah.
he's the one that showed me like the Norma Jean album, Blessed the Child Kissed a Martyr or whatever, and this band Bludgeon. It's like, and I can still picture just sitting in his living room, just like. He's like, check this out, It's just like we pop it in, and just our minds being blown,
That's
So
sick, dude.
Paul played a big part in me hearing bands I would never have ever heard of, because I didn't, at least on the Midwest, East Coast, like the metalcore stuff, like 7 8 or 7 Plagues or
Yeah.
Darker Day Tomorrow. Like I just would never have heard of these bands if it wasn't for Paul. Of course, being him at Showcase too. But if had I not met him, I would not have heard of a lot of these bands because I'd have internet.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, I mean, because that's still like at a time where internet was still like you had to dial into it.
yeah. I mean, I didn't even have a computer. I didn't even have a landline phone.
Damn.
It's like me, my brother, and my dad just lived, just in the secluded bedrooms, of our cousin's house, and we just play Sega, listen to CDs that we had, and go catch a show at the barn, and that was it. But we had like no way of like calling anybody or getting on the internet. It was just everything was just. I would do street teams.
Okay.
So I would get, Central Media would send me samplers, or Facedown Records send me samplers, and that's how I would hear new bands. But
hell yeah,
or or even flyers for like Showcase, like Dodging Bulls come to Showcase. And I was like, sick, like I have a show to go to, and who am I gonna call to take me, So
I used to have to walk to the mall, to the Tyler, the gallery at Tyler.
Yeah.
Because I lived like kind of in and around Arlanza.
Yeah.
So we would just basically walk to the mall and then just catch the bus straight where it would drop us off like right near where the where the Bank of America is at.
Yeah.
And I mean, that's right
right
across
from the other theater right there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So I mean,
the U-Haul, I guess.
Yeah, and then like we would, we'd walk to the Tweaking Beacon, right? And then we would find some, some tweaker, and then say, hey man, can you buy us some 40s, And then we break them off a little bit, and we come here, all punk rock, and
I blame the punks for the closure of Showcase.
Yeah, your fault, homie.
Yeah, I mean,
there was one group of kids that would just loiter that area. Again, Showcase had a show every night.
Yeah.
But they just lived in that parking lot. But they were the ones that were always taking shits in front of the police station, the doorway right there. They would go to the 99-cent store and fucking steal everything. It's like just stop booking the punk shows. And then he's like, oh, well, I got Addicts for the next 2 days next month. It's like, like you're not helping the situation here,
Yeah, no, it's definitely like the like you still see it. It's self-inflicted wounds.
Mm-hmm.
Like how we talked about like at the Haven and stuff. Even as recent like the Midnight Hour, I was saying like, hey man, like you're graffitiing up the bathroom and stuff. It makes it hard for like a place to do it with heart like that, and to want to make it all ages and inclusive. Well, when that becomes a problem, it's what other choices does a place like that have than to dial it back somehow?
Especially trying to keep shit all ages. It's like I was so big on like all ages, like has to be all ages, and then you start seeing this kind of stuff, and then you kind of realize like. Even like Raincross District had it when that Habak show came through. The owner was like, dude, like these freaking kids are out of control, like underage drinking and drug usage or whatever in the parking lot. And it's just kind of like they don't get it. So I was really big on the all ages thing, but then I'm now kind of coming around like, man, like maybe 21 would be nice, but realistically it's shitty to kind of like exclude like the next generation of kids that keep the shit alive. And
but I mean they're the ones that are like living those best years of their lives and like trying to do things that are fun, new, exciting, lit, what I mean, like. And
I can't relate because I was straight edge.
You're straight edge,
so I don't know that other side of like living life,
but I mean, like, so for me having like that particular like experience, and like I got into hardcore like through punk and stuff, but like as
the right way,
so the way that like that trajectory ended up for me, I started doing a lot less of that because you start to see like it becomes problematic, like it does, like, you mean when you're stealing at nearby places, causing a ruckus, fights and stuff, because I mean I've been there at points of times where you had like different punk kids that are like just done.
And even hardcore shows were, the fighting.
Mosh crews and shit.
Oh my god, that's some brutal fights. Hardcore shows, but I mean, hardcore shows weren't, any better when it came to the fighting. If anything, I felt like it was always worse. I just felt like the punk shows when I would go to them, it was just like a different chaos than like the hardcore.
Oh
chaos,
yeah, it was it was the same dish, just flavored a little differently. But I mean, like. But hardcore had like your crews, like, and that stuff is kind of like you gotta stay away from those guys because like they're just
and I was friends with all those dudes, a lot of those dudes, really kept me from getting my ass beat, from the random bro dudes that would come to a show, like if I remember like even swinging out one dude, and I won't mention names, I'll tell you guys off camera, but a notable guitar player that's very legendary these days. I mean, I went to swing at a dude, I missed hitting the dude, and he came just around the fucking around me, just grabbed the dude by the neck and started pummeling him. And then another friend of ours just grabbed one of the showcase like the little wooden blocks that Ron would stand on or whatever. He like picked one of those up and just dropped it on the dude's face. It was at a Chimera show. It was Chimera Diecast Cards of Tomorrow 5.0, and that was that show. And he just dropped the fucking box on the dude's face. The whole face just split open and shit. But I mean, like, to me, I remember like going to that show, like, I'm so happy I'm friends with like these dudes,
Yeah, I feel that. I mean, I kind of feel the same way, like with like getting to know like some of the like some of those guys later, through people like Dorian, Omar, and them, because I mean they're much they rub elbows with them much more often than I do, so, but I mean I've gotten to know some of those guys too, so it kind of put me in that like I mean, being like so close, like in AC/DC, and so close to like that circle of like the Valley dudes, you know what I mean? Like going on tour with like Mexi Mike and stuff. Like FSU had my back for a point in time, you know what I mean? Like, kind of, it's a cool flex,
We stayed at Mexi Mike's house one time when he was still living in Seattle, and he was still doing Furious Styles.
No shit.
Yeah, I was up there with Time for Change.
Damn.
Time for Change. Shout out Brian.
Yeah, shout out Brian, dude.
Yeah, it was Time for Change, 7 Generations, I Have Judgment tour.
Bro, I missed those shows, man.
Yeah, so 7 Generations, Christian, fucking that dude sucks ass. I don't mind publicly saying he fucking sucks.
Hell yeah.
But, that dude.
Yeah, keep going. I like the shade, dude.
He don't fuck that guy, dude. Because I was a vegan, he gave me shit. He goes, you might as well not even be straight edge. I was like, fuck you, dude. Like, get the fuck out of here.
That's whatever.
Yeah, that's another topic, but yeah.
No, dude. I remember seeing like it was like 108, 7 Generations, Tears of Gaia. There was like another band. Or no, it was 108 because 108 is kind of like a subset of
Krishna.
Yeah, but they're like a subset of Inside Out, right, or something like that.
Yeah. The guitar player played in Inside Out.
Right.
Yeah.
Vic.
I remember seeing 108 at Showcase, and I had no idea like about Inside Out or any of that, like any of the like the lore of it. I was just there just to go. But I remember seeing 108, and I remember thinking, man, this band's boring.
Yeah,
totally. I know.
I had mail ordered Cursive Instinct, the 108 documentary of their like final tour. So when they came back and they played Showcase, to me, it was just like a holy fuck. Like, and I was a big Resurrection fan. which is Rob Fish's other band. And so it's just being able to even see him was like looking at God, you know?
No, yeah. Looking back now, I'm just like, damn, what the fuck was I
Yeah, you
thinking?
kick yourself in the head. You can appreciate it then.
Yeah.
You know? But what a great band to see. But you know what's funny about the Inside Out thing is that back then it wasn't like people like, oh yeah, Inside Out, cool. You know, not like now. Like
Yeah.
people now are like, oh, this is like, you know, the hardcore of all hardcore bands or whatever. But yeah, back then it was like
Matt Domino from Infest was telling me about a time where when Infest was still kind of coming up and Inside Out, it might have even been Hard Stance, right?
mm-hmm.
And they were like him and Zach De La Rocha were communicating back and forth because they were like to play a show or whatever. And then he said he would like Zach De La Rocha would keep calling that dude like at his house like super early in the morning because he was so young and stuff, and he would tell him things like, I feel like on the flyer, like since we're kind of a bigger band than you guys, we should play like over you guys, you know what I mean? Like I don't know. And he said he like made it really weird. And he's like, who the fuck is this guy? You know? And come to find out like many years later, he's the fucking Zach De La Rocha from Rage Against the Machine. And he's like, damn, that's crazy like that. Like he was like some like weird nerd hardcore kid, and he blew up to be this, you know, icon, you know? Because I mean, Inside Out is like goated.
Oh, of course.
You know,
but for me, what taints their legacy for me, anyways, and it's not even just the band, you know, it's Zach's, I don't know, like his absence or him not acknowledging that part of his history. You know,
I've always wondered that because I never hear him talk about it in interviews or anything.
He doesn't ever talk about it, and it's just like it's a big part of what made you now, you know.
Not to mention the Inside Out LP was going to be called Rage Against the Machine.
Like the LP that never got made. Yeah, and then like they're kind of like they were, some of the members were from IE, right? Like I think Zach at the time was like from like Long Beach or something, and then they had members who were like from the IE.
Yeah, he would drive out to, I think it was Moreno Valley, because they lived in Moreno Valley, and he would drive out here to Moreno Valley to practice with them.
Yeah, something like that, right?
That's
like
crazy.
Yeah, dude. So it's kind of like that would be really cool to have like him kind of go on a record somewhere and mention something. I mean, that'd be really cool.
Well, Riverside was 714 at the time.
Yeah.
It was all Orange County.
So he doesn't acknowledge it?
I've never heard him acknowledge it.
Like, I mean, all the interviews are like with Vic, you know, Vic, you want to talk about Inside Out, like they get Vic. So I don't know. It's just, that's the only bummer for me. Like, cause Inside Out, I liked them, but you know, the way that people kind of like, glorify them today is kind of like, man, like it's weird because no one was like that back then. You know? They were just like, of course, Inside Out, good band.
Yeah,
you know?
I remember. I remember 108 used to cover. What is it?
Or No Spiritual Surrender or something.
No Spiritual Surrender. Yeah, I remember that. Like that, they would do it like every time.
Like a lot of bands. I just saw someone cover it like even like a month ago.
Yeah.
So
it's hard not to.
Yeah,
it's either that one or Burning Fight.
Burning Fight, yeah. Burning Fight's like the main one.
Yeah, because I remember like Rotting Out would always cover Burning Fight.
Yeah,
every time I saw them, they would always play Burning Fight. That's when they had Mike on vocals. Rotting Out.
Yeah, I never got to see him with that dude either.
No,
when
they were Dogpile.
Oh, I don't remember. I've never saw them when they were Dogpile.
No. We used to play.
That's right.
Hit 'em or Hurts used to play with them like when they were Dogpile, like or in Impact a little, like a couple times at like garage shows, like in Riverside.
So if you guys had like if you had to choose like a memorable show at Showcase that like you look back on fondly like all the time, like what show would that be for you guys?
My God, dude.
There's so many.
I mean, for me, it'd always probably just be like homies, you know, like we did a show with Marshall Fest, you know, which is just all our friends, you know, Suicide Silence, Torn Within, Final Burden, All Shall Perish, Bound in Blood, and Your Worst Nightmare, and like who was like later turned to like Blackheart Eulogy and shit.
Yeah, show.
Yeah, Tire Iron, you know, I mean, it was just all friends for an entire day, just hanging out. You know, like for me, that was like an incredible time. But as far as like shows, I mean, countless shows. But the one that always sticks out to me is Throwdown, 18 Visions, Martyr AD's first show out here, and with Good Clean Fun, Over My Dead Body.
Could
Oh yeah,
I used to have that shit recorded on VHS. my friend Nacho, he was like, I want to borrow that, and he just lost it.
Oh,
you just have images of some of the band sets from that night, right?
No, not. Or wait, no.
I think
that was. You might be thinking All Out War.
Maybe you have it like you have it documented in like a different like a few different posts because I think it was like one per band or something like that.
It would be probably the All Out War show with Reach the Sky, Upper Hand, Bleeding or Throwdown, and
I remember seeing like Good Clean Fun on there. I was like, damn, that's a fucking random band to be in the pic.
but Good Clean Fun on that show. I mean, Over That Body kind of like bridged that gap, but that show in general was just. I mean, no one knew what to expect from Martyr AD.
Yeah,
all it said on the flyer was X disembodied.
X disembodied,
and that's all we knew. And I have a poster of that too. But we see it on the wall, and it's just kind of like, oh shit, like what is it, like, And again, I didn't have internet, so I didn't know anything about the Human Condition album. So once they started, I mean, it was just they had like a little sample, then it goes wait, and then like the whole fucking crowd just like blew up. But like that show for me was just like being mind fucked. Like holy crap, like this band's, and it's like everything I like about heaviness was in Martyr AD for that album anyway. But
they're playing For the Children.
Yeah,
I saw that, dude.
I know. I was like, damn, I want to go.
Me too.
Did you go to Chain Reaction when they came back out?
No, I never got to see them play.
Oh man.
Yeah, no, I never got to see them play. Never got to see 18 Visions play either.
Wow.
Yeah, I know. I missed out on a lot of those shows just because I was like, at that time, I was just very close-minded, I guess, as far as like music goes. Because I come from like new metal. Yeah. So like I was like really into new metal in like junior high and shit. And then I remember somebody showing me Hatebreed, and that's what kind of was like, oh, dude, like
that's like what kind of like turned the page for you.
Yeah. So like I got really into like Hatebreed, Martyr AD, and like the Warriors, and just Bury Your Dead. Like I remember seeing Bury Your Dead at Showcase a few times too.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah.
I remember like really trying to like have fun with like head walking when Bolt came through.
Oh yeah. I think I have their set recorded on YouTube.
I think it was Bolt and Project X.
No, they covered Project X.
They covered Project X?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Because like all the guys, because there was the bands from all the dudes in the band.
Yeah.
They did the one song like that. Yeah.
Yeah, they did Straight as Revenge.
Yeah, they did Straight as Revenge. And like I remember there was another night, and it was like with Java a Cowboy and shit.
Yeah.
And you know that one song they have?
Yeah, then 2 Man one.
Yeah, it has the break. It had like that choke right before the scream. I was like, dang. I was like, heck yeah, because it is a perfect venue to like headlock, dude.
Amazing.
Like, dude.
Look at the stage. Look,
Yeah,
the
dude.
heads are right there.
Yeah.
Like, dude, just a little fucking, step up. It's perfect. Amazing.
And then what a good like view, like hanging out from the balcony and just seeing like everything, and then like you're right there rubbing elbows with like the bands, because like that's where everybody would set up their merch,
Yeah. Unless 25 to Life played there, then it was just Rick's swap meet up there,
Yeah.
The band set up in the arcade room, but
Do you have a memorable show there, Eddie?
A bunch, dude.
Name a few.
Locust. First time I saw the Locust.
was it the de facto show or
They played with
The Plateau Blew Up the Eiffel Tower.
no,
X
it was like a bunch of weirder bands, I guess, like Yip Yip and something like that.
Is that
Those more unknown bands, but I remember it was when what was it, like Octopa, whatever that fucking album is.
when Gabe got sick, huh? Or is that the different?
No. This one, no, I think I was at the one where he's like puking.
Yeah, when he puked and they cut their set short.
Yeah, it wasn't that show,
Not that
but I mean that one too. But yeah, I mean the first time I saw Locust, and that should changed my life forever. I mean, any Addicts Subhuman show was fun.
The Addict shows, man.
I mean, even like when your band played like Impact, it was all homies.
Yeah,
so it was fun just to like.
Wait, is this the Impact Orange County Impact?
No.
Okay.
No.
I thought it was the wrench version.
No, Impact with an exclamation mark.
Oh,
You had to make that one very clear.
Yeah.
Which is
there's another Impact now too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
I forget where they're from, but I was like, God, dude, like just do a quick Google search. They released fucking version 9. Like
at that show that we're gonna be playing on the 29th.
Yeah.
My original plan, the original idea that we were gonna do is we were gonna cover Impact by Chain of Strength, and we were gonna have Omar from Soul Search do the vocals on it. But like we've had a difficult time just like trying to get together and like go over that.
Yeah.
So it's like we're not gonna do it. But that was it was supposed to be like, you know, to honor like, you know, like because DBZ is like right by Showcase.
Yeah.
And then, you know, to honor like, you know, shout out to because it's all IE bands, and then, you know, Impact because like Easter egg, you know.
Yeah.
But man,
that would have been tight.
that would be cool. Yeah, maybe another day because he's down to do whatever, you know. But I was trying to do something special, but you know, life.
Yeah, life be lifing.
It be lifing, dude. Do you have any other notable ones? Any like anything memorable? Or any or like shows that stand out because of like a memorable moment that like just happened to be
All
the
the
setting?
fights, dude.
Fights.
I don't know, dude. I don't know, just seeing people go crazy, man, jumping off the fucking balcony, dude.
Did you ever get hurt at Showcase?
I think the worst one, I think it was at a Subhuman show. I got kicked in the head from probably someone just walking. Yeah, which is weird because like when I saw like Throwdown and Terror, I'm like, dude, I'm gonna fucking die tonight. But it was like at a Subhuman show, like yeah, somebody kicked me in the head. I remember thinking, fuck, this hurts, dude. I just had a headache the entire time.
I remember somebody landing on my head during Narcoleptic Youth because they jumped off the balcony.
Oh, I remember you telling me that story.
Yeah, and they had to take me outside. I had been turned up a little bit, you know. I remember I had my shirt off because I mean, dude, it gets like hot in there, right?
Yeah.
And I remember they like carrying me outside and putting me down on the floor, like in the front. Like, and I think it was at a point in time or point in the year closer to winter, like where it was like cold. So I remember being out there and like shit like that. And I don't know if you know who Noah is. He'd hang out with Noah Billets. He'd hang out with like Jake Wisdom and Nate Robieto. He was like
maybe if I seen him.
Yeah, maybe see him. Like I remember hearing his voice. Like, oh, he's having convulsions. I'm just thinking to myself like I don't know what the fuck convulsions are, but like I'm just cold as fuck. You know? I just got landed. I want to go inside.
Dude, I remember like coming out so fucking sweaty and it just being cold as hell outside.
Yeah, dude.
And you can see
So
the
far.
steam coming off your body.
Yeah.
Like, it's crazy.
I remember thinking that felt bomb.
It did feel bomb.
For a while.
I got my knee kicked in during a Sleeping Giant one time.
Oh my
Sleeping
god.
Yeah,
Damn.
that shit sucked. I thought like my knee was like broken, but I was.
Your knee got slept at a Sleeping Giant show?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, well, I've only been knocked out one time. Then that was a Bleeding Through Hulk Conspiracy, Most Precious Blood show. It was like it was a Halloween show too. And I remember just going like singing, and then I woke up outside. That was all I remember. And then I woke up outside. I was like,
the one time in my life that I got punched and knocked out was at Showcase too, but it was at a B Sharp concert.
oh,
Yeah.
You told me the story.
Yeah.
You told me the story. That's tight, dude.
Yeah, I just remember being like, I don't know. It was really dumb. And like, you know, I threw a punch and then the dude like packed his fist full of hate, took a swing at the world, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
And I remember like that shell shock feeling like in the movies, like when a grenade goes off by your head. I remember being like, oh shit, I think I just got knocked out. And then Ron was standing right there because it was off to the side of the stage, like to the left. And like Ron was standing there and I remember him like picking me up and I'm like, oh, that motherfucker, but you know, I was like trying to pop off or whatever, and he's like, dude, chill. And like I'm, you know, just being like my ego was very fragile in that moment, dude.
Yeah.
Right. And he fucking picked me up and like pinned me against the wall with my feet dangling, dude. And he was like, chill out or you're gone. You know, I was like, all right.
I remember seeing Ezzat, man. My friend Berto, you know, he's passed on now. But I remember Berto, same thing. You know, he just got out of a fight and he was all fucking just like amped up as fuck. And I remember Ezzat just goes whack, fucking just smacks the fuck out of him.
Yeah, dude.
And he goes, not in my venue. And then Berto, and he goes whack another fucking like it's like a left and right to Berto's face, you know?
Yeah, dude.
And I remember like because Berto was like, you don't want to fuck with Berto. Yeah, he was like one of the dudes, you know, that like would just fuck you up. And Ezzat just doing that was just kind of like a jaw-dropping moment that like, damn, we're seeing Berto just get fucking owned right now, you know?
Damn.
And he can't do anything, you know, he doesn't want to do anything to Ezzat, you know?
I mean, because then you're crossing that line.
Yeah.
Because I mean, like, I imagine that's someone who went there a lot, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, like that same thing here. Like, dude, they know my face. They knew me by name. You know, like I would like help out. I would like volunteer to work there at shows because I wanted to go to shows at Showcase.
Yeah, same.
You know what I mean.
It was,
So like,
it was worth the $40 a night.
Yeah,
to work there.
exactly,
So,
dude. Like they're breaking out with like food or like whatever. Like go grab whatever you want from the green
Yeah.
room, or like they let me like chit chat with bands and stuff. Like which was really cool, But I mean, like that same thing. Like him picking me up and stuff. It's just like you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
You're yeah.
Good.
I don't want to like be banned from like
Yeah.
my favorite place on earth.
Yeah. I remember, I don't know what show it was. Randy. 'Cause I known Randy since I was 11.
Oh yeah, Randy too, man.
Yeah. 'Cause I met Randy when I was doing sound at the barn. He used to be in a band called Cooley's Market, ska band, and so that's how I met him. But once he just started doing sound at Showcase, we really like built up our friendship. And he recorded 2 songs for Bound in Blood and Rubidoux. He had a studio in Rubidoux. And it was
really?
it was the only time we ever did analog recording, and ever since
on
we're like,
actual reels.
yeah, we're like, we're sticking to digital because we weren't that band,
Yeah.
But there was, I don't know what show it was, but he got punched, and the kid went running outside, and they all went chasing him, and they had grabbed 2 people, and I ran out there, and Randy was like, or Ronald goes, which one was it? And I go, this kid. Bam! Just knocked him down, dude. And Ron just goes, "Whoa, little Gabe, pack a punch!" Just like. But that's when I found out though that Randy met his wife from that show, because Randy got busted open, I guess, and his wife now was like nurturing him throughout the night, nurturing his wounds and shit.
Kind of like what happened to me at Showcase.
There you go, yeah,
Bro. It's a love connection.
Yeah. But I just learned that,
That's crazy.
pretty recently, that she told me. She goes, "Oh yeah, if you hadn't like punched that kid out and all this shit, like, she was like, damn, that's fucking like just."
I didn't realize for the longest time that like, because I remember like Paula working at the box office when I would go and stuff, and for the longest time I had no idea that she was married to Ezzat.
Yeah.
Like, and is Omar's mom.
Yep.
Like I had no idea for the longest time, and it's like it true. So that's why I put like it truly was like I have a family affair thing. Yeah,
Shireen, all them.
They were all there. Yeah, Shireen. Like they went to Norco High School, dude.
And I just went to Ezzat's house, a few months ago. Shireen gave me a Link 80 shirt. She's like, "I know you really like this band. Found this shirt, my store."
Yeah.
Like, "Here you go." But yeah, it's funny because I really did not like them. When I first started going there, I thought, that not so much Shireen, like Omar, I felt like he was just snobby. Joe and Ron like just came off kind of like, don't talk to me, and so when I first started going there, I was like, the Showcase staff like suck, like they're just assholes.
Yeah.
And, whatever. But again, I came from the barn where we were treated like royalty.
Yeah.
So once I built that friendship, and now, to now, it's just like they're just like a whole nother family at this point, like,
yeah, same.
We call each other, especially Ron, he'll always call me, just, "How you doing? Just got to the hospital again." And like, I just called him like 2 months ago. I helped Joe do his punk rock bowling shirts from this past year. And yeah, it's just,
because he lives out in
Missouri. He lives in
St. Louis right now, right? Yeah, I haven't talked to him in a while, but him and I would talk a lot,
Yeah. But I asked him too, like, I'll explain it, like the, what's going on, with today's venues and this whole no moshing and all shit. And I asked him, I was like, if Showcase, hadn't closed down and, hypothetically existed today, do you think it would have survived this, the age of social media? He's like, no way.
Yeah.
Not at all, dude. Like the minute a video got, posted of someone jumping off the balcony,
done.
Yeah, that's true.
Especially because like I know people who work for like Corona PD through my son's baseball teams.
Yeah. And
like they have like a really dialed in like social media presence and stuff.
Yeah.
And they're always like, I mean, they're with the city of Corona, obviously,
Yeah.
So like for sure, like that would be dry snitching for sure.
And none of these kids today get that. These social media posts of like, look at this fucking fight happening, and here's all the stage diving going on.
That shit is straight dry snitching, bro.
Yep. It's like they're fucking it up for everybody.
Yeah, dude. It's pissing where you eat, or pissing where you sleep, whatever.
It was just so like amazing, that like, even like the 4 of us could be in an era where like phones were just, in its infancy. Like you had a sidekick.
Yeah.
You know, and that's it. Like that filmed in fucking like 640 DPI. You know.
Yeah,
Like,
and majority of the time it was just to communicate on the fly
Yeah.
with your homies, you know, like
just,
hey,
just
where
at
you at?
AIM.
Yeah,
Just
where you
sit
at?
on AIM and at a show.
I'm already here at Showcase. Let me know. You guys want something to eat at the spot? You know, like
Yeah,
that.
flip it
You
back.
guys want something from Marcelo's?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. But that's like, like today's shows, like, dude, like, I mean, look at these fucking no fucking horseshoe, it's like there's not all these fucking kids that are like trying to be, the kids say main characters. It's just fucking people just living in the moment, just watching the bands and
social media, dude.
Yeah, social media. That main character thing is true because what it does is like we're familiar with it being like a vibe or an aesthetic of we're all like-minded, right? We're all there enjoying that space together on the same frequency, riding the same waves, but like now it just because of things like social media or whatever, it gives people that main character situation to where like everyone else is like an NPC. Like there's no ramifications to your behavior and your actions, and therefore ruining it for yourself and everyone else around you.
all for likes and notoriety, like clout chasers. And just like, dude, dude, like you crawling across the stage, like
that kid right there. Look, just standing in the crowd.
Hell yeah!
That's the cafe bar, the bar right there.
Is it?
Yeah, that was the bar.
Yeah,
oh, shit, it is. Yeah,
dude, I remember watching Avenged Sevenfold play to like 15 people and just sitting underneath that little fucking table. I would just sit there. They played Cast in Stone, Chaotic Culture. Cast in Stone headlined. Nobody fucking cared about Avenged Sevenfold.
Did you guys ever take a shit in that bathroom?
Oh, no way.
I have
no way.
Yeah. You take a shit at every venue. You're like, man, this is a nice place. I need to take a shit.
There's actually only been one venue where I refused, and it was the Black Castle when you guys played with Despise You and then did the Spaz cover. And like that's the story I have when I got pulled over because like I found a spot to take a shit.
Oh yeah.
Why'd you draw the line?
Because I walked into that restaurant, I was like, "Fuck no, dude, that shit was nasty. That shit was fucking."
The Showcase one was pretty bad too, though.
Oh, it is.
It was, but
punk shows the worst.
The worst.
There's shit on the floor. There's
blood in the sink every fucking time, dude. It was always blood in the sink.
Dude, it hasn't changed either because I saw Screeching Weasel. Me and my brother went to see Screeching Weasel recently at the Observatory.
Yeah, he was telling us,
Oh my god, dude! It was like the fucking that Freddy Got Fingered movie. There's shit. That's how it was. I mean, whoever shit straight up grabbed it with their hands and just smeared it, fucking, and just kept going. Just I'm gonna leave a pile here, leave a pile here, just mirror here, dude. I was like, dude, the punk shows haven't changed.
Sociopath, dude. Like, who the fuck does that, dude? That's crazy.
Yeah, but dude, I went to CBGB's one time, and I wouldn't even go. I wouldn't even go pee there. Just like fucking.
Like as it was while it was open as a venue?
Yeah, I went there 2002.
Yeah, have you been to CBGB's?
Yeah.
Damn, I'm never washing my hand, dude.
Yeah, I only got to go there one time. I saw Coach 7 Hopes Fall there.
That's cool.
But yeah, even that show, there was only like 40 people at that show as well. But yeah, I didn't go to the bathroom because it's like you see online, like, would you use this bathroom? Mm-hmm. And it's just a picture of CBGB's bathroom. Yeah, I was just like, yeah, I could wait. Even that one, even the floor, dude. The floor was all like fucking janky. Like,
yeah.
I've lost count of how many times I would slip in a circle pit because of the beer and like everything in that Showcase theater, dude. There's always puke too on the ground.
Or they're like people's making out underneath the fucking balcony and the stairs and shit.
Yeah.
So I had asked you to bring an album with you.
Yes.
That like reminded you of Showcase, and so why don't you talk about why you brought that one?
So Throwdown, just every show from the first show I seen him at Showcase, it was just amazing. Just they like were the epitome of like a fun time. They were the sure thing. You could always go to a Throwdown show and you knew it was gonna be wild. I mean, you could see the videos on YouTube, Showcase, nonstop stage dives, and I mean, this predates even Terror, being team stage dive. Throwdown shows were just stage dive, balcony dive, sing-alongs, and it's just, for me, outside of Hatebreed, they were the ones that really like changed like my perspective of like what hardcore could be.
Yeah.
You know, it didn't have to be serious. You know, you could come to a show on Halloween dressed like fucking sumo wrestlers or as cows and still write heavy music and it not be like super serious and it still have this fun element. But I mean, even for me vocally with music, it was just like, this is what I want to sound like. I want to sound like Keith Barney. I want to be in a band, which is Bound of Blood, that almost kind of like carries that throwdown, but like we want a little bit more Shadow Realm in it instead. But just their shows. I mean, my favorite show again was, you know, that throwdown 18 Visions, Good Clean Fun shows and Martyr AD. Just they just play this album specifically, Beyond Repair. Just plays. It was just a big role in my life. I would sit in my room every fucking day, sing these songs front to back. So
Have you seen them recently as Beyond
of course.
Repair?
We played with them. We played them in Arizona. I did.
Nice.
I did. When they did the Indecision 30.
Yeah, I was at that.
Yeah. I was with my Bound in Blood bandmates, and we were just sitting in like our little group, like I don't know, 8 rows in front of Keith Barney and his group, and Keith just goes, Gabe, and he walks over and he goes like, hey, do you want to? Because I did a Throwdown and Bound in Blood played in Reno, which was a drama situation in itself, but it made like magazines and shit for it. But I had done Family with them in Reno. So when at Indecision 30 he pulled me to the side and was like, hey, like, you want to do a song with us? And I told him like, anything off Beyond Repair, I know. You just tell me what song, I'll do it. And I think I like suggested Get Sick because it'd be the last song. I wanted to enjoy the set. And then I think he like, you know, it said just do Don't Lose Sight. And I was like, okay, cool. I could do the second verse of that. You know, I'll come in the second time. And but yeah, so I did that, and that was just like a dream come true. Because even though I did that part with them in Reno, Keith was on guitar at that point, and Dave was on vocals. So I never got to do anything with Keith on vocals, and so that was just like a full circle moment for me to be able to do that. But since, you know, we played with them and saw my Marshall Youth, and yeah, and even him and I, you know, we've built this whole friendship. Well, I mean, all those Throwdown, old Throwdown, all of them, like I'm friends with all those dudes, but I keep them at a distance so I don't lose that mystique.
Yeah.
You know, so I need to keep that mystique there. But just a very important band.
Do you guys have a band that you like see like find synonymous with Showcase for you?
Oh, the Addicts for sure.
Yeah.
Actually, no, I would say there has to be a couple for me, to be honest. Like Toxic Narcotics, another one. I mean, I don't remember ever seeing them anywhere else, but I mean, those shows, it's kind of like when they played, people went, and it was always like, man, like sing along after sing along after sing along for both those types of bands, you know, and they played there enough where it felt like all the time, but like spread out enough to where, you know, that anticipation would build so that when you're there, it's kind of like seeing it for the first time again, you know. But specifically the Addicts, I mean, look, bro, look at that, like, man,
You know, and that's what lacks today, right? In today's music scene is the fandom.
Yeah.
People are just very much of like, yeah, I seen him a month ago. I'm like, I'll see him the next time, you know, and they just never come back around, you know, like, and they don't come back to see the band again when they do come back around.
Yeah, or because I would argue because a lot of time they're watching it through their fucking phone, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like they're watching that shit through the footage they're recording so they could post it on social media.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's kind of like it like you're especially for like music like this, dude, like punk and hardcore stuff. That's mad intimate, yo.
Yeah.
Like,
Immersive.
yeah, exactly. It's an experience, and like you're kind of taking yourself out of it. You know?
And it's so like, you know, like these are going to be like sure thing shows, you know, like I'm going to fucking at the time $10. I know I'm going to have I'm going to get my money's worth
for sure,
you know. And I feel like today's kids are just like very come and go, and you know, it's like one show could pop off, the next one is like, dude, it's the same lineup. Like, why is there only just 10 of you today? You know, like, and it's crazy. Like, I like to tell people with Bound in Blood, I remember we could just pass out CDs one weekend. The show that we played, you know, the next month, we packed out. Kids all knowing the songs and everything.
Yeah,
that's all it took. You know, now it's like there's no method. It's just like who's who else is hyping it up, and whatever wagons coming through, I guess, like, it's kind of like a lot of wagon hoppers. But yeah, I feel like a lot of that is missing. Like Toxic Narcotic could come every month. You'd be stoked. You'd be there every month, catching them, having a good time.
Yeah.
Kids today don't do that.
No.
Unless they're getting guest list.
Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Eddie? Do you have a band?
Just like I say, Ezzat, dude, it'd probably be the Addicts.
Yeah.
Subhumans. I just punk stuff, but
Well, they're
but the big ones were always it was always the Addicts.
Yeah, because they're so synonymous with it, because like all the guys that worked there, they were all like part of like their tours and stuff. Like Tom.
Well, they're an
Tom
SOS band as well.
They're SOS band,
Yeah.
and then SOS was that side project that Ezzat did with the singer of Total Chaos, which is a record label that put out everything that the Addicts had done like within recent years. All were recorded in Tom's garage or his bedroom and shit. Like, and he was like their stage tech and their audio. He does their audio when they play live and stuff. So I mean, that whole dynamic of people involved in Showcase and elements surrounding that were so like synonymous with the Addicts. It's hard to like.
Yeah, I can't separate.
Yeah,
them.
you can't separate the two. Like these motherfuckers moved out to California so they could be like closer to Showcase. You know what I mean?
Yeah, so it would have to be them, dude. For
Like
sure.
I was at like a few Addict shows, but I never went inside.
Yeah.
Like I said, I didn't come from like punk or anything.
Yeah.
I just thought it was kind of goofy, but it's because I'd be either giving Evan or Omar a ride. And because I was the only one that drove at that time. And I remember Evan would be like, dude, like I'll pay for your ticket, just come in, like enjoy it, like you'll like it. And I was just like, nah, dude, like it's not even heavy. Like I'm not I'm not down.
This, dude.
And he's like, well, because we need a ride home. I'm like, just call me. Like I'll come back, or I'll chill. Like I'll just chill in the parking lot. Like I didn't see the Addicts until they played the Municipal Auditorium.
Wow.
And I remember being at the show. Yeah. I remember being at the show and being like, fuck, I missed
They
out.
still got it, dude.
Yeah. I was just like, I missed out. I missed out on seeing them at Showcase.
I remember seeing them at that VFW that they have at Fairmount Park, and the guys from Showcase were running that shit. Like I remember kicking it with like Joe was like, "Hey, Jose, come over here," and I'm like sitting there like taking shots with the dude for a bunch of fucking droogs, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And like and those guys were at a completely different location for that band. Much bigger production. It was a huge room, and I remember they put these huge speakers there. Like Evan jumped off of, dude. Like had to have been like a story high. And it was like Joe and Ron and all of them, dude, like working that show. I mean, like, yeah, they're for sure like it's always gonna be in tandem. It has to be.
Yeah, man.
Did you guys ever see Backside?
Mm-mm.
Or was that after your guys' time? Probably like
Backside. I don't know.
Before your time.
I don't think so. And if I did, like, it must have been at a time like where I started like going to like hardcore shows. Like I remember the first hardcore show I went to was at Showcase, and it was Adora and A Love for Enemy.
Oh yeah.
Like, so
funny.
you know what I mean? So it's like it was around that time frame. So if I did, it might have been something that like I just don't really like recall, because I was still so like trying to like learn these bands and shit.
Yeah, because that to me, like a Showcase band to me was Backside. Like they played Showcase every week. They had Swindle, and Notice 415. They were always at Showcase. So figured, punk, you guys probably would have caught him then, but
yeah.
No, the show that I finally caved in with Evan, because I would always give Evan rides to Showcase. Like, well, not always, but like there was often times I'd give him a ride to Showcase, and I would just chill. I wouldn't go inside because it wasn't a show I was interested in. I was like, I don't know any of these bands. And he would always be like, dude, I'll pay for your ticket. Just come in. And the one I finally caved in was Ceremony, Sabertooth Zombie, Red Handed, Judas, and I think Finish Him. It was before Creatures. Yeah. And I was just like, fuck it, I'll go in. And I just remember like my mind being blown by Ceremony.
yeah.
Because I think Violence has just dropped.
Dude, I did not like Ceremony, but
No?
no, but seeing him at Showcase, again, it goes back to the sure thing. Like their reaction was worth just putting up with them. Like it's just insane. Like I mean, even now, you see that Palladium footage.
Yeah.
It's just kind of like they still got it.
Yeah.
But I was never a fan of them. But seeing them at Showcase, but then I saw them twice at Showcase, and both times was just like.
I even remember the date still. It was June 23rd, 2007.
Wild.
Yeah, like that was the show that like I finally caved with Evan having me go in.
And now you're a hardcore kid.
I know. Did you guys go to the final show?
I did.
I did, yeah.
Yeah, did you, Eddie?
No, I didn't.
What was the last show you went to?
I don't remember.
No,
There was like a whole week where they did like
Yeah.
each night.
Yeah, like,
they had,
like Life or Death did one of the final shows there.
They-
I remember there was a fight during their set too,
Uh,
because they had like dancers on the stage. I remember, and something happened where one of the guitarists came off the stage and
yeah.
I remember they.
Yeah, I can tell you more about that.
I remember Joe reached out and asked if Hit 'Em Where It Hurts wanted to play that local show, and it was like Restrained, Judas.
Mhm.
oh
Like,
yeah, I remember that one.
and like it was in the middle of the week, and I was like, no, we can't do it. And I don't know. In retrospect, I'm like, man, you're a dumbass bitch for saying no, dude, because that was a sick show, man.
So did you guys play Showcase?
The what?
Did you guys get to play Showcase?
Hit 'Em Where It Hurts played Showcase once, and we were snuck on by this band Darasuum, with I don't know if you remember Francisco Torado.
Pink Destroyer.
Pink Destroyer.
Yeah.
It was that band with that dude Colin. And
Franny was in Dustin.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. I thought it was Colin, Martin, and I forgot who else.
yeah, Francisco and Gabe.
Mm.
Yeah, I think. Anyways,
Wasn't Francisco on like the main showcase picture for like a long time?
I don't remember.
Oh, I don't remember.
I think he was for a while. Like,
But I remember they played a show with Shook Ones.
Yeah,
And-
it was. I remember that because
Was that with the Verse? Was that with Verse also?
no,
No.
it was. Shook Ones was the headliner because I remember the flyer.
And it was like sinking ships or something.
Yeah,
Mm.
but it was. The reason I remember the flyer was because I thought it was funny that Daseem, the font was just like some Times Roman,
Oh wait.
like, and it said like final show.
Yeah, they like the Times Roman.
Yeah.
I just posted one today when 22 years ago we played Showcase with Integrity.
Oh
We
shit.
started
Yeah,
with
I saw
Integrity, and Cast Aside Open, which is the Death Wish band,
Mhm.
and yeah, their font is just Comics
Yeah.
Sans. It's like a stretch Comic Sans too.
Yeah, I remember like that flyer, like it was all dialed in. It had like that Times New Roman font and everything on it. And then we were just like, they're like, hey, do you guys want to split a set with us? I'm like, fuck yeah, dude. So no, we didn't tell anybody, and we just like showed up and played, and we just like put our name on the flyer. But that was like the one time they Hit 'Em Where It Hurts played there. But Impact had played there. We placed like second in a showcase showdown.
Oh shit.
And then we played one show. We played two shows there that I had booked. One was we played two shows there. One that I booked with like Internal Affairs. What was it? Brain Dead. There's a few.
Yeah.
There's some cool bands. Yeah,
I must
like,
have missed all that.
yeah, and and it was like a during the week show, and it was at the same exact day that there's like another hardcore show in LA that like everybody and their mama was going to.
Yeah.
But it was like Out of Heart played. I got Out of
Oh,
Heart
yeah,
of that bill,
Nate's
which
old
is
band,
Nate and Jason's old band. And then we got asked to play by Joe on a show with Anoxic Front, and I remember being in the band room for the first time, and I was like, yo, this is so sick. I've been in every like square foot of this building, you know?
Yeah.
And then like kind of just enjoying being up there. And then the guys like Roger Marin and them like from Anoxic Front like gassing me up, dude, like saying our band was so tight. And I was like, what the fuck? This is so tight. You know what I mean? Like, dude, I'm like
that was with Impact.
18. Yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
I'm like 18 years old or whatever, you know? And I'm just like, bro, this is
Like I hear that it's like where the fuck was I? Like I either had to be on tour or like something because like that's something I would have been at. You
no,
know?
I actually remember like, do you remember Result of Memory?
Mm-mm.
It was Nate's old band with that dude. Aaron's brother, older brother, was the vocalist of that band.
Matt.
Aaron
No.
from Soul Search. You don't remember?
No.
So, do you remember going to like Pharaoh's Den and they had the PA and it said ROAM on the
Well,
side?
I
of the...
mean, I went to Pharaoh's Den maybe like 2-3 times.
Oh, okay.
I went to Common Grounds more than I went to Pharaoh's
Got
Den.
it. Got it. Okay. Well, so Nate from Zabalba played bass.
I didn't even know you could play bass.
Yeah, but that was like the first band he was in. And then like that, the homie Jake Wisdom played drums. Matt was the
Jake.
vocalist, and they were playing Bound in Blood's one of Bound in Blood's last shows at In Cahoots. And
Oh shit!
and
Yeah.
Matt, for
You know what we were doing? We were trying to establish a new audience. So we would play those Inku shows, and we were like, oh, like we could just get these kids, and they would carry over to the showcase shows.
yeah,
And
they didn't.
no, they were just like bar dudes, you know.
I remember that
That is
show.
crazy.
But the reason why I remember like it standing out to me a lot is because for some reason I guess Matt left the band or something or whatever, and they were like, "Hey, dude, are you down to do vocals for us? Like for this show? It's Bound in Blood's last show. Like we don't. I did like 1 or 2 practices with them, so it was like me going up and like just like trying to remember cues and just yelling nonsense into a mic. Mind you, like I'm barely like scratching the surface of like my like what I know about hardcore. You know,
Yeah.
I got some like crust power violence kind of kid, you know, just trying to fit in and just rock this, you know. Like I was like, dude, it's fucking Bound in Blood, dude. Like, I gotta pull up, and I had no idea what the fuck I was doing, you know. I just remember that there was like nobody there.
Yeah.
There was
Some
no.
rough shows.
It was an empty fucking room, dude.
Yeah.
You guys had like a couple of last shows, right? Like you played like maybe 2 of them.
We
or
did
so?
2, yeah. But the first last shows was with 25 to Live.
Yeah.
And the second one was with Zabalba. It was like one of like their first handful of shows.
Yeah.
Dorn, which is my brother's like his like power violence band, or I don't know what the fuck they are, kind of like whatever they were. Final Burden, I think Life or Death or Time for
Sick.
Change, one of the two. But yeah, that's when that one was like just so bad. Like that's where like, you know what, we're ending it good.
Yeah.
Like we know kids are like over it. But like when we did our reunion show. I mean, we sold it out, you know, in advance and everything. Like
Yeah.
it was like a great time, you know, like 400 something kids came out, and Joe
Awesome.
was like,
Yeah.
you guys sold it out, you know. It was just like, fuck. So
Oh, that's sick, dude. That's
but yeah,
sick.
but we did when we were doing that was like our comeback run doing Inku shows, and then that's when we weren't doing good at Inku Hoots either. We're like, like, but I don't know. There was a lot of shit. I could explain that later, but that happened with Bound in Blood. That really fucking, you know, wrong moves.
yeah,
you know, were made.
Yeah.
So,
But you don't remember your last show, Eddie?
No, dude. That was another thing about Showcase, because they gave like so many like no name bands, I guess, you know, up and coming bands, like a spotlight. We would go to a lot of those shows and just to hang out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just like, you know, we'd pay to go in knowing that we don't know shit about these bands, but we're hanging out watching these bands. So I mean, I can't count how many times I've like saw bands that I didn't care for, you know, but
Yeah.
but they're cool. Like
Yeah.
they weren't my thing. But so I don't know, dude. Like it's just a blur, dude. I don't remember what the last show was. I don't.
Yeah.
The last big show, I know it was Subhumans though. I know
It was?
for sure. Yeah.
So, because you had mentioned that like they had that whole final week of like shows, and I remember going to every single one, but only going inside.
didn't Freak Daddy do one of the last ones too? Was it Freak? I know they did like a ska show. I just remember.
I don't
I can't
remember.
remember.
Yeah, they had like the punk rock night where it was like lower class brats.
Didn't Extreme Noise Terror also do one?
That wasn't that was towards the end. It was like Extreme Noise Terror,
Trap Them.
Trap Them.
Damn.
Yeah, it was.
Because I remember
it
like I was
I feel like
obsessed with Trap Them.
Yeah,
at
I
that
feel like I
time.
went to that, but I have no memory of it.
It was bad.
It was badass.
I
I think Pink Destroyer played that one.
think did Insect Warfare play?
No.
No,
I would have.
No, Insect Warfare did play at Showcase, but I don't think I went.
Mm.
But I remember that it was like I think it was Insect Warfare, and I think it might have been Excruciating Terror too. Yeah, I don't know, but I remember that the one Excruciating Terror and Trap Them, that was a good show because and I remember seeing Trap Them one time before that at Chain Reaction and being like, man, this is the loudest band
They were
I
loud
have
as fuck.
ever fucking seen.
They were loud as fuck.
Yeah, loud. And then it was the first time I was like, damn, that guitar sounds tight, you know? And then I discovered what the HM2 was
Yeah.
and became obsessed ever since.
But yeah, and then the final show, I remember I was like, I had to work that night, but I was just like, no, I gotta be there. Like,
Yeah.
I think I ended up switching shifts because I was working at Taco Bell at the time, and I switched shifts with somebody just so I can go. And I remember I showed up with I think it was you and Dez,
Mhm.
and it was sold out, and there was a shitload of people like outside, and we were just like, fuck, like I remember you being like, we're getting in somehow, we're getting in,
Mhm.
and I think you talked to Joe, and then Joe got me, you, and Des in.
Yeah.
Yeah, like we gave him the money for the ticket, but like it was fucking packed in there.
Yeah.
I tried finding a picture. There's a girl, one of the girls that was danced at the Life or Death show. And she's on the pole. She was a photographer. She was at that final show too, and she has a picture of me watching Seosin. And I tried looking for it the other day, and I was like, "Fuck, man!" Like, and I tried finding her. She like disappeared off social media too. I'm like, "Fuck!" Like, it's just lost to time now, you know. But
I remember like being in there and like when it was Seosin, when it was their set, and then like in between songs, Evan would yell, "That's not Anthony Green!" And like
It was Bobby.
It was Bobby. Oh, it was Bobby. Oh,
Yeah.
that was
Or he'd be like, "That's not," or "Isn't this Anthony Green's band?"
yes.
And I remember like there was a couple standing in front of us, and like the guy that he was like hugging the girl from behind, and like he had said it for like the fourth time, and he just turned around so mad, and Bobby was like, "What's up?"
they approached Suicide Silence to do that show too.
Yeah?
I didn't want to do it.
Oh man.
And
I remember that was
giving Mitch so much shit. I was like, "Why the fuck would you do it?" And he's just like, "I don't want people jumping all over me." I'm like, "Oh my god! Like this is what we fucking wanted."
Yeah.
like we did all this shit because you wanted this kind of reaction.
Because like I mean the way that dude, Death by Stereo played Wasted Words. That was the very last song that was ever played at that venue, dude. And it was so fitting because I mean if you look at the lyrics, like, you know, spill my guts for you night after night, right?
Yeah.
And I remember like seeing them like, and I was even a part of it, like just everybody on the stage.
Yeah.
It's like just piling on top of each other. Like, and I remember like being up there, like tears and looking at other people and they're also in tears, you know? And it's like, fuck, dude, like this is the last time.
Yeah.
I think I have like a 30-second, because I have my digital camera. I think I have like a 30-second clip of that, of everybody on stage
No shit.
on YouTube. Yeah.
Damn.
crazy.
If you find it,
I'll put
yeah,
it.
hell.
And Seosin did that shit for free. This is
Really?
they were on
Fuck
MTV
off.
and everything.
Yeah.
They did that shit for free. Suicide wanted money. Seosin was like, "We'll do it."
Damn, that's
Because I
crazy.
remember him commenting like, "This is the craziest show we've ever played."
Dude, Joe was so fucking mad.
Yeah.
He was like, "What's up with your boys? Da, da, da. They want fucking like $2,000 or some shit." You know, and I was like, "Dude, like, I don't know. You know, that's not them. You know, it could be the
Yeah.
manager." But yeah.
Now you got to go on Garza's podcast, dude, and
Uh,
say, what's up, dude?
Dude, so many of our friends. I mean, I go out to lunch with them sometimes.
Yeah,
you know, all of our friends. How come you don't get Gabe on there? You know, he's just not big enough. You know, they're manager. I was supposed to do even the memorial show, a song with them, and their manager was like, not big enough name. We need like, you know, our Maxes, our Randy Bly's. You know, like we need names. you
Wow,
know? And,
they be straight disrespecting Unk right now, bro.
dude. I was, you know, you watched the very first, you know, Garza podcast, you know, it's acknowledged that like I was the first manager for Suicide, you know,
Yeah.
they weren't even able to get shows. Well, I hate to say that because I sound like fucking douchey when I say it, but I really opened that door for them.
They would be
To play. I mean, Garza will, you know, he gives me my roses on the podcast.
Yeah.
But you know, when Mitch joined, I really helped that band, you know, get, you know, ground.
I loved watching them when they first started, dude.
Yeah.
Like with the Family Guy samples and the goofy masks. Like,
Yeah.
damn, that was a good time.
Yeah, dude. I mean, the whole era. I mean, me and Mitch grew up together. You know, we used to go to church and shit together. Like,
Word.
you know, with all the Death Star Sleeping Giant dudes.
Yeah.
You know, so like that's how him and I met. But yeah, it's just those early days were just insane.
I had met some of those guys through Impending Doom because we went to high school with those guys with Brooke, Manny, and like
yeah,
I mean,
that's the dudes basically too.
and Rodney was the drummer in like that 2009 era, who's currently the drummer of Smoke 909
And Baori too.
Oh really?
Yeah, he does Baori too.
Oh, that's tight. That's tight. I'm mad looking forward to that show, dude. Like it's such a dope like throwback reunion of sorts. Like so many like people that like it's like I said, look, the guys in Zabalba, you know what I mean, and the guys in Soul Search. Like I mean, people I remember going to like high school with, you know, and you know, and it being in such proximity.
Yeah.
Have you been to DBZ yet?
We went to one.
Was that when I seen you guys?
Yeah, that's when
yeah. What I love is you just walk out of like even the store, You just look to your left, you can see the fucking little the corner of it. You're just like, fuck, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Again, it's like, you know, I say like it's like looking at an old abandoned playground that you used to play at. You know, it's like I feel like you know, Terminator when she's fucking standing at the gate.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like when I see it, I go like, fuck. I went walking by there even like a couple weeks ago. No bragging rights played over there, and I took a walk to Starbucks, and this is a fence all along the street, and I just sat there, just going,
it's coming down soon. Last night, the city of Corona and that economic development, they had announced that the Circle City Tavern, which address is 683 South Main Street.
Yeah,
it's in that building. It's like officially being opened, and they in the footage that they showed on the post, you can see like what it looks like inside. Bro, it looks so like gentrified and like fancy, like hip and new. They knocked down the walls to the neighboring business, but it's like one big open space.
The lawyer office or attorney office.
Yeah. And it like you would walk in there, and if you had no knowledge, you would never know like the rich history, like bouncing around those walls.
The fire didn't help either, you know. Like, and then, you remember the fire? They had a fire in 2021 or something. It went up in flames.
Really?
Holy shit!
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
No shit.
Dude.
And then even then, like, you know, I was talking I think like Shireen. I was talking to Shireen about it, and I think we were like, "What do you think? Like insurance fraud, maybe?" You know, like just like because nobody was there. Like it was already fucking locked off, everything, and it just went into flames. Like
it was condemned, if you will, for 14 fucking years. It had been like literally chilling there almost as long as it's been like
in existence. Yeah.
Like that's a crazy thought. Like almost so like that's
what year was the last year it was open?
2008.
Damn.
Were you not listening, bro?
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was April of 2008.
April 28th.
April 28th.
And like when I think about that, like it closed in 2008. Like so, I only caught like the tail end of it because I started going in 2005.
Yeah,
like 2004, 2005 is when I started going.
That still gives a 3-year stretch. You know?
Yeah. But like for like I think about all the shows you brought up, and I'm just like, damn, like
see, and even in such short amount of time, you know, like it can make that impact and leave that impression, you know. Like it's a testimony to like what it meant, like and what it stood for, and like, you know, the place in history that it has, like not only in the empire and the people who occupy it, but just like in the bigger picture of like punk, you know. Like when people talk about CBGBs and they talk about Gilman, you know, Showcase is in that same conversation. You know, it really is, dude. Like I would even argue as like a Mount Rushmore of like legendary venues like in the United States, you know. Like it has that like I don't know, that appeal to it.
Yeah.
Total bummer.
I know.
That's it, man. Like
it's hard. It's like
it's such a bummer.
Yeah.
You know, like when you think about it, and it's crazy. Like, you know, Chain Reactions lasted this whole time. You know, and Gilman has lasted this whole time, and it's like, but again, with social media, Showcase would have just. It would have died eventually anyway.
Yeah, Corona would have had their way with it nonetheless. You know, like they have such a big social media presence, and like in relation to like the surrounding cities like Riverside and stuff. It was bound to happen anyways.
Yeah, dude, we can't even keep like the concert lounge. You know, it's like it was even a Mission Tobacco Lounge. You know, Alright Vista. Like all these cool like promising spots for like maybe this could be it. You know, and it's like no, go take it to fucking Orange Crest or whatever. You know, like, it's like it's insane. Like how we just cannot maintain a venue now.
Yeah, I think that's why I appreciate the way that DBZ backstage does their thing, because how you see how everything's taped off. They're like they seem like they're trying to really take care of it, you know, because then it'll take care of you in return. You know,
it's just a hard place to draw right now. It's like I think the deathcore shows are the best turnouts, every other show I've been to, there has been like what is going on here? You know, like even with the hype of like, oh, down the street from Showcase,
Yeah.
you know. But again, all those people are just kind of like I like to say, like, you know, when Darasuum went on our hiatus for 6 years, that's like a lifetime for a kid in the scene.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
No, for sure.
Yeah.
So, you know, you talk about Showcase 14 years ago. It's just like, dude, like these kids do not care. Like they're all parents and business owners and born again Christians. They don't want nothing to do with this shit, you know? And it's just trying to find out where the new kids are that
Yeah.
want to be at these shows. You know, I don't know if you've been to Orange Street, backyard shows in downtown Riverside.
Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
one I went to.
Dude,
Love
I mean,
it.
those shows pack like 400, 600 kids,
Dude.
but you won't see them anywhere else. You
Yeah.
know? So it's just like this is what could fuel a new venue, but they don't want to fucking.
Yeah, and like
They like the lawlessness of a backyard show.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. I mean, like, because what we talked about before, like, and you see like a lot of these kids these days, like, man, they when they go, like, man, they act up, like, you know, like they're like everyone's like dancing, moshing, you know, having a good singing along and stuff, and it's like, damn, that energy, that essence is like still there and stuff, and then you know,
You just got to get them there.
and then and exactly, but then I see like footage of like very similar lineup at like a different venue, whatever, and it's like, damn, where the fuck is everyone,
Yeah.
dude? That's crazy. Like I totally remember like this same bill, like a month or two ago, and blown out,
Yeah.
and like I'm seeing footage of like the Haven, and it's just like, you know,
Yeah. Where's everybody at?
yeah, it's like big open space,
And
like,
it's like a $2 difference too. You
Yeah.
know, it's like I don't want to pay $12. You know, 15 at the door. Like, I'm not down with that. You know, it's like
yeah,
I'm interested to see how the turnout is going to be for that show, the Zabalba show.
yeah. I was suspecting that it was gonna sell out quick, but it doesn't look like it has. Yeah, so I'm curious to know how many people will show up. I mean, because Soul Search hasn't played out here in a
dude,
minute.
I mean, I made that flyer. You know, it's
Yeah.
like Andres was like, just to make it big. I'm like,
You did such a great job on
I
that
love that
flyer,
flyer. I love
dude.
it came out.
Dude, like, so that makes me also think, like, what about like the For the Children pre-show? Because they're gonna have that Madball show there.
I think that's almost kind of like a sure thing.
Yeah,
I mean, I think Madball anywhere
Yeah.
is gonna, especially
Yeah.
like if they could, you know, when people are more. I think people need to get familiar with DBZ. I don't think it has its credibility yet. You know, so it's not like the cool spot to go to right now. You know, like
I mean, it's for
I don't
me,
think
dude.
there's any cool spot, honestly. You know, like from all the shows I go to, it's like there is no real cool spot.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
everyone is just kind of like, who's playing? Maybe, and you know, again, it could be a good show, but nobody there.
Yeah,
Like, but same thing. The fact I thought that Soul Search show, the minute it got announced, would just sell out.
yeah.
That's what I thought
That's
too.
what we thought.
All they did is like Soul Search and Zabalba.
Yeah.
We played Zabalba at Raincross District, and it was like 500 people there.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah,
like
In my mind, I was like Zabalba, Soul Search, and Smoke 909, like alone.
Yeah.
To me, I would have been like whoever else was on that bill. Like,
Yeah.
if I was just gonna go,
yeah,
like I would have been like, it's just a plus, because that alone right
Yeah.
there is just insane.
yeah.
Yeah, like it's crazy that no one else, like, or I'm not gonna say like no one else, but like it's the thought of the amount of people who look at that and are like,
Yeah.
it blows my mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was sucks more is that these are kids who, you know, like I talk to Andres a lot from 5-7 booking, that a lot of the time in our friend group, you got to get Soul Search, you got to get Soul Search. And then it's like you hear, you know, everybody else whispering, can you get Soul Search? Get
Yeah.
Soul Search.
Dude, I called up that dude's ass about that too. Yeah.
You know, and he finally gets it. He was able to lock it in. I mean, I was trying to talk to Dorian, like, yo, dude, I have a friend that fucking,
Same.
you know, that could make it happen. No, you know, and I got him and Andres linked up. But the fact that it hasn't sold out or didn't sell out even day of, Zabal was sold fucking Haven out in like 8 hours or whatever.
Yeah.
You know, when they did in January or some shit. It's like, what the fuck is the holdup for DBZ? You know, with Soul Search and Zabalba, and again, it was Smoked.
Yeah.
You know, I went to Warped Tour with David from Smoked, and I was telling the same thing. I was like, your 3 bands should have been able to just put that over the top.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
So again, I just feel like, you know, my experience of going to DBZ, I just think that it's still very much
In development, yeah.
And kids are very hesitant of like, well, what's the spot? And people know that they have strict rules in place, so which could also be a turnoff going to a show. It's like, oh, why would I want to go to a show? I can't mosh, I can't crowd kill, I can't stage dive. Like, what kind of fucking show is this? And I agree. Like, you can't have a hardcore show with no stage diving, or it's like, that's fucking ridiculous.
Yeah, that's like kind of what the biggest gripe people had about Gilman, and that big ugly no stage diving sign. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
but and a lot of the times it's just there for the insurance purposes of like, hey, like we told them,
Yeah.
But again, social media and the insurance companies are going like, yeah, the signs are there, but you're not doing anything to fucking stop it.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, people forget that it's a business.
Yeah.
And they are responsible for liabilities.
Yeah.
Like, even if you look at venues like the Glass House, they stopped doing punk shows for a long time because that one riot.
They don't even do hardcore shows.
Yeah, dude. Because what was it? That one band that like threw a microphone stand into the crowd, and some kid got injured, and they got caught up in like $1 million lawsuit from their city that they had to pay out. So they're like, we're not doing punk shows anymore, right? And like they don't really, and it's for good reason. You know what I mean? Like, the last punk show I remember seeing there was, I think, when AC/DC played with the Subhumans. But I mean,
that's it.
Yeah, it's the Subhumans though.
Yeah.
No, it was tight. I took my wife to that. She doesn't listen to hardcore, whatever. And I was like, hey, do you want to go to the green room or whatever? She was like, yeah, okay, cool. I was like, well, do you want to check out you've never been in a band room before? This is gonna be a cool one. And we open it, and I don't know, I can't remember the singer's.
A dick.
Yeah. And he's like, dude, there's alcohol bottles everywhere, and like, it's tight in there. It was so lit. And he had like two girls like this, and then she was just like, I don't know, I want to be like her anymore. What are you talking about? Like, I want to hear it. It's like, oh, okay. He's like, it's a little too punk rock for her.
Yeah.
But I was like, oh no, dude, they got a legends, but that prior to that, I can't recall like a single punk show outside of like that one like showcase, or no, was it punk horror record showcase that they did
with the JFA and stuff?
No, I think it was like with like Lower Class Brats, Global Threat, like everybody but the Casualties. It was on Punker Records.
Crazy.
And then like that small like riot broke out.
Oh
yeah, and like
it's out of my realm.
Oh really?
Yeah.
I mean, so like, yeah, they had not done punk shows for like a long time because of that. Like, so I mean, like I said, they're businesses that have like these insurance policies in place. Because they're responsible for these liabilities, and like, I mean, you don't consider that as like a kid who's going to these shows. You just want to spin kick and stage dive. You know? Like, but at the end, there's real consequences for those actions. And all you need is like to videotape one incident, and it ruins it for literally everyone.
Yeah.
Especially the people who are hosting it for you.
Yeah. Again, Haven's the best example of that. Video got posted, but a kid getting beaten up. The insurance came down with the hammers, and fucking that's it. Like no more hardcore shows for a while, and it's just now you walk in there, it's like a giant rule sheet, like the big as these fucking blinds. Just know this is basically don't do anything.
Yeah,
like just sit there and watch the band.
And see, that's a huge turnoff because I hate being told what to do. And if I see something like that, I'm just like,
especially coming from a punk background.
Exactly, I'm just like, no.
It's like
this, like this sounds like fucking like Catholic school or some shit, Like, I don't want to be here if that's the case. Like, so I get it, but it's like, yeah, it's leave your phone in the car or something, or put it in your pocket, like and just be there, like with everyone else. And
even like for me, I used to like record sets and shit, like I was like I don't want like some of these local bands to like play a handful of shows and disappear, get lost to time, so I would always try to record their sets. And then it just became a thing of like I still want to, but like, is it even worth it, like if it's gonna like fuck up spots, And so now it's just like 2 songs.
Well, you have like those, the 197,
Steven,
so that's
he's IE also.
Yeah. He's being Darasuum as well. But
really?
Oh, really?
Yeah, he played guitar in Darasuum. Yeah.
Oh, that's dope.
Oh shit, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he's the one who wrote our song, "The Angel Brigade." But but yeah, even him, he'll tell you, that he would be told at shows like, don't film the stage dives, just film the band. And it took him it took a while for him to be like, why? But then once he figured out why, now he's a very big person of like telling other people like, don't tag the venues in your videos, don't post anything, because the insurance companies could just go The Haven on YouTube, Chain Reaction,
but like
YouTube.
anyone else,
but but again, it's like you can't beat social media.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And going back to like how Showcase wanted to survive that, especially like knowing like how like hard the city had been trying to like come down on them for such a
Just
long
looking for a reason.
Yeah.
that all you would need in that sense is just one instance.
Yeah.
And like they have that fucking balcony, dude. It's begging for people to jump off of it every night. You know? Yeah. Yeah, dude. So it's like, of course, like all you need is that one incident to be recorded, and then it's just done.
Yeah. And it's never the kids that are getting hurt, it's the parents. The kids are the ones that go home, they're like, oh, my fucking neck, or I can't feel my fucking fingertips, and the parents are like, oh, like the venue, like we're gonna sue them.
Yeah.
No security to, stop this. Like I thought it was a safe space for you guys, like,
Yeah.
and of course it's safe space bullshit, it's just like,
Yeah.
the parents are the ones doing the suing,
Yep.
So
I mean, go figure. You know what I mean? Because I mean, like their kids are probably telling them like it's gonna be like this safe
of course
situation, like it's fun, we're friends, blah blah blah. And it's like I'm seeing the opposite of everything you told me before you went. And they're gonna want to hold someone accountable. I mean, as a parent, right?
Yeah.
I mean, the instinct to go there, I can understand that. You know? I remember throwing my guitar, like at the show that the ACC played with like Zabalba and Nails in the green room of Glass House, and accidentally hitting someone in the face. And then me and Nate had to drive this girl to the hospital. And I remember being on the phone with this girl's dad, right? And I thought I was bracing for impact, you know what I'm saying? And dude was kind of like, she fucked around and found out.
There you go.
Yeah.
He probably came up from the punk scene too.
Yeah, he was like, you know what? Like, I tell her that these are things that are gonna happen. It's not. We have good insurance. Like, don't worry about it. Like, I'm sure it was an accident or whatever. And I'm like,
it was an intentional throw, but yeah, an accident.
Yeah, it's like, yeah, you know what I mean? Like I didn't mean to hit anyone like that, But like, it was my wake up moment where I was like, I'm too old for this.
Well, like House of Blues have a very strict rule of not throwing shit off the stage. You could throw a drumstick, you're fucking done.
Shut up, really?
Oh, what the fuck?
That's serious.
Really?
Yeah, throw a water bottle out, done.
Oh shit!
Very strict rules of throwing shit off the stage too.
I do remember getting hit in the face really hard with the water bottle at Chain.
Really?
I was in the crowd. I don't remember what band it was, but I was just standing there, and it wasn't even during a set or like a song. I was just standing, and all of a sudden, just a fucking water bottle hits me in the face, like hard as fuck. And I was like, "Damn!" I was like, "Fuck it, I'm thirsty."
Hard enough for me, man.
Yeah. I don't remember what band.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Speaking of, where's my lawyer?
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Dude.
One day we'll have a venue.
Lawyers aren't punk, dude.
No.
No, I'm just saying that to sound punk, dude.
Oh, okay.
Like an SLC punk was like falling in love with posers. I was trying to go for one of those.
Oh man. So do you think like you were mentioning DBZ, like it just needs the credential, I guess?
Yeah.
Do you think it could get there?
I think so, especially now that you got SOS, tapped in with that. Condor, I gotta really give them the roses that, they've been trying so fucking hard to, build a scene out here almost from the ground up, Yeah,
and Condor, they just promote like a lot of like these hardcore shows.
They book everywhere, they book the DBA, from the other side of the Haven, they book the Haven, they book the Flyaway, they book Chain Reaction a lot. They really put in the work, and when they got DBZ, their first thing too was like, oh my God, like it's right across from Showcase. Like, there's an untapped market there. Like, let's fucking just go for it. Let's, we're going to make this the spot.
Yeah.
And, they're trying, but it's just, these little steps, and, it's got Madball coming through now, so hopefully, again, to me, I feel like it's the rules in place that really fuck it up. But otherwise, I'm hoping that.
Yeah, it's a little bit of a deterrent. Like, I can see that.
You want a sure thing.
Yeah.
You don't want to fucking go spin kick a kid in the face and then, for the first band and then get kicked out.
Get kicked out.
Because you're trying to just have fun like how to, you know. So that's the biggest flaw is the rules, but otherwise I feel like there's a lot of promise there if they could just figure out that, you know, aspect of it all.
Yeah, like the right balance of like giving people a space to do their thing and
Let the
engage.
people police themselves.
Yeah, police
you know?
themselves, but also kind of like still maintain a like this level of like this is still a spot that we want to grow and evolve
Yeah.
and over time. Like so,
Create a community
yeah,
of it. You know?
exactly. Like to carry the torch,
Yeah.
if you will. You know,
Well, yeah, especially if you want that, you know, that to wave that flag of like we're down the street from Showcase, like, you know, come have a good time and, you know, walk by the Showcase and reminisce and, you know, whatever, you know, but like they got to figure out the rules.
yeah, like or at least kind of phrase it in a way that's like less like mom and dad, like school playground rules, you know.
You know, but that's you know, I gotta kind of like mention that it is a business.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
I mean, beyond a venue business, it's a bookstore, a record store first. He just happens to have the space that they turn into a venue.
Yeah.
So, you know, I can see where the owner, that's his baby. That's his priority. You know, I'll be damned if someone jumping off the stage is going to kill my fucking business.
Yeah, my collection.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so you know, that has to be considered as well.
100%.
But at the same time, it's like if you're trying to fucking make this venue a thing, there has to be some kind of balance or, you know, compromise here.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I feel like the Inland Empire needs it. Like,
I agree.
Like ever since like losing Showcase, we've kind of had like, I mean, there was Pharaoh's Den, then Common Grounds, and like they just don't survive. And then we
battery died.
My phone died.
Oh, that's what's up.
Yeah.
But like okay, Pharaoh's Den, Common Ground, and then there was like Aladdin Juniors.
Yeah.
And I remember even going to shows like at Angelo's Pizza. Like,
oh yeah,
I remember seeing Fucked Up and Trash Talk there, and
well, there's another spot of Marlboro too. The Parkview.
Oh yeah,
Parkview storage area.
Yeah. The little lockout. Yeah.
But yeah, like I feel I'm hoping DBZ could be that spot, you know,
for sure.
I mean, again, if Showcase was so successful, like Orange County didn't mind the drive to Showcase.
Nope.
You know, LA kind of did, but they still made it out. You know.
Yeah, especially if like it was the right show too.
Yeah.
Like I mean, they were there.
Yeah, I mean, it's better. It's better than driving to San Bernardino.
Yeah.
You know, or Pomona or whatever.
San Diego to go to the Che or whatever.
You know, so I mean, DBZ is in a good spot as far as like, you know, that goes. But
and that area is redeveloping, you know, and it's going to continue to do that over time.
I'm fucking stoked. I could watch a Starbucks.
That's what I'm saying. for sure.
They took away my sushi place, but you know, not
I know, dude. And then the Old Honey's is right there. It's all condemned too, you know.
Yeah.
Like it's becoming a brewery.
The actual Showcase building, the Season Brewery,
Circle Tavern.
Yeah, Circle City Tavern.
Are you gonna go to it?
If they throw shows, you know.
I'm just curious of what it looks like inside now. Like,
I'm totally.
like, I want to be in that building.
Yeah,
again,
I'm
just
totally
to,
go.
like, yeah, because I mean, I don't really drink like I use like that anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I still want to see.
Well, they'll serve food there. Like it's gonna be. It's they're referring to it as a restaurant.
Oh, okay.
So the way that my brain has understood that is a more dialed down, like community, like a city community oriented, like yard house kind of situation. Maybe that's kind of like how I perceived it from what it looked like from my perspective.
I was told that they still wanted to do shows there, but they couldn't have electric music, so they could be like acoustic artists, you know,
Jack Johnson,
like coffee house, you know, indie shit,
something similar to like what is it, the Brickwood in downtown, like right here off of Main Street, like where it's just like where they like both have just, you know, like someone with a guitar on the piano, like something that's not loud.
That's what I was told. But again, like who knows? You know, it's like maybe for now, you know, it's just gonna like we'll ease into that part of it, you know. But
yeah,
dang, I should see if I'll just DJ there, dude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then I'll be like, I'm back, baby.
But again, like we just have nothing, you know. It's like Pixels does shows, but it's 21 and over.
Yeah,
you know.
Or if it's the same.
Yeah, Red Vista, Mission Tobacco Lounge is gone, but it's the Queen, something,
Yeah.
Elizabeth, or what the fuck? I don't know. It's named after the Queen song, but my cousin's band played there, but it's still like I saw MDC in that room. It's like there's all this potential. There's all these stages out here,
Mm-hmm.
just not all ages.
No.
We have Red
Well,
Cross District, but it's like this weird people moshing in that little pool.
Like, yeah.
Like
And then and then there's the barn reopened, but
Oh,
like
yeah.
which is totally different.
Yeah.
And it's outdoor, you know,
Yeah.
and it's definitely focused around it being like this cuisine.
yeah,
You know?
and even then they're just now starting to do, I guess hardcore shows because they were doing a lot of soldies and
Yeah.
indie stuff, like a Mono from Debonair's
Mhm.
did a lot of his shows there, but but Knuckle Sandwich, Abominate, they've played at the barn at this
Oh,
point.
word. Okay.
Oh shit.
Twice.
That's cool.
Yeah, Knuckle Sandwich played there twice, I think, and I think they have another one coming up. But they're trying to do. I guess they're easing in to that.
Can you see the farmhouse in Riverside?
I
Maybe
was just
doing
about to
some
ask
shows?
that.
Well, I know it was being looked at, but from hearing, I guess my brother, him talking to other people, that they're trying to keep it family,
Got
like
it.
family style band.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
But I do know people in the hardcore scene were, checking it out.
Because I mean, the potential to do something really big and cool there, like like a potential like 1 day type
Fest,
thing,
yeah.
you know what I mean, for something like that.
Yeah.
I mean, they had Souls of Mischief there recently, dude. I mean, like
Yeah.
so it has the potential to bring names that are going to draw large crowds.
I've only been there
Yeah.
one time, and it was some dude just an acoustic guitar, and that was it. So, my brother went there and saw the Altons. I think they played there.
Okay.
It was
Oh,
a
yeah,
Van
yeah.
Rose show.
Mhm.
But and he said he had a good time, but again, he was like, "Oh, they just want family, fun bands, So
I mean, that makes sense. That makes sense.
Yeah.
It's still like new too.
but the Haven, was it the Haven City?
The Rancho,
Yeah.
the market, yeah.
Gorilla Biscuits play there.
Gorillas Basic did
It's
play. Dude, that shit looked
farm, dude. That was
nosy.
amazing. It was funny was that it didn't look as packed, and then I seen the pictures, and I was like, "Holy fuck, man! There was a lot of fucking people there."
Yeah, dude.
When I was there, I was there like front row singing with Gorilla Biscuits, and it looked like a couple hundred people to me.
So I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like I remember listening to Hardlore, and they were like talking about like some shows that were out in the Riverside Municipal Auditorium,
Mm-hmm.
and they referred to like the IE being a B market, right?
Yeah,
And like,
it's just so sad,
that's what I'm saying. And so like when I hear like
especially with RMA.
dude, that's what I'm saying, dude. Like like you see the names that are coming out here, and you see like these venues like trying to carry that torch because there is such a demand for it, and there's so many bands out here that are doing such great things, big ass truck and shit like that, like on the map, and I, in my mind, I imagine a show like the one at DVZ that we're going to be doing with Soul Search the Ball and stuff, like. That's a huge indicator of like this is not a B market. If Madball's gonna play at DBZ, like
We've had
that
Meshuggah. We've had Ghost,
dude.
like B market is
Hatebreed.
insane.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
Hatebreed.
Lorna Shore, August Burns Red, Killswitch Engage.
Yeah, dude.
Weird Al Yankovic. It's like, it's
The
like,
Misfits,
dude, like it's it's
dude.
like,
They do wrestling house shows at the RMA. You know, like
it was just like cool, like Nacho, or not,
Nacho
Corrupted
Corrupted? Yeah.
Booking, dude. Fucking having Hadges play there in the basement of RMA, like it's like fantastic.
I know.
Like,
yeah, it's definitely sad to hear that it's like referred to as a B market when you see that there's so much.
And what our history is
exactly,
as well.
exactly. It's in this. It should be in the same conversation because of that lore and that.
But it's the generation as well. This new generation of promoters and shit. Like they weren't around. For the peak of showcase shows or whatever was happening out here. When all those bands were, Cannibals were playing showcase or whatever. They just know LA being the hot spot.
Yeah. So like the conversation that like we're having, like this is a thing of the past, dude. Like so when we go to these shows or whatever, like we feel like, oh, dude,
Yeah.
Like it's like we're a pack of unks showing up to these shows with a bunch of kids, like
Oh yeah,
you know,
and I'm there every week.
and they have no yeah, dude. I'm sure like they have no idea like how rich of a history that there is, and like and they're a part of it right now.
Yeah.
But there's not enough people like from my era, for your era, like speaking on it.
Yeah,
It's being I feel like dusted off their shoulders.
which is why I thought it was important to like
Dude, the Soul Search, right? I always thought they're an LA band because they were always playing a lot of that.
yeah,
LA
yeah,
shit.
yeah. You're right.
I was blown away when I went to Dorian's house in Corona. I was
Corona?
like,
Yeah.
what the fuck? He was like, oh yeah, we live like in Chino Hills, and I was just like, you guys are a fucking IE band. Like,
Yeah, like
I always thought you were an LA band.
yeah, I
you
went
know?
to high school with Aaron at Ruido High School, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like these are all dudes that are from here, you know?
Yeah, but like, and for me, all it says like a lot of the time is like these people weren't like, you know, speaking enough of the importance of the IE scene. They were kind of like a lot of these people just like LA is the spot, LA is this and that, and LA is king of all the scene at this point.
All respect, but like fuck that. Which is why it was important to me to include elements of it and speaking on the fact that it's part of IE's history.
SOS IE.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Like, dude, I remember going
Karuba Valley.
dude right there. Oh, like over behind the park.
YMCA,
right
dude.
there, dude. I like, dude. I saw fucking Go It Alone with like Count Time.
Yeah.
and
Dude, we had the first fucking flyer,
dude.
the very first SOS flyer.
I remember seeing Betrayed there and shit,
Yeah,
dude. Like,
Verse and Have Heart there,
dude, right? It's such a rich history, and
but everybody forgot. Everybody forgot, and the people that were there don't bring it up.
which is why it's important for us to have this conversation, doing it like this now, you know, and why we thought it would be a cool idea to film it, you know, and to have someone like you on who can speak a lot on like, you know, because I mean you're going to shows that like showcase and been around like in the scene longer than we have, so like to add that depth and that longevity of like what like of like what it is and its place, you know, and to speak on it, to utilize this as a platform or whatever, to kind of put that out there, you know, and hopefully like, you know, you sharing this conversation and like us sharing this conversation, because I mean I have plans on, you know, sharing it from like the Him or Hers page. Not saying there's like a huge following on there, but at 500-ish people, you know, like who don't know, now they fucking will, you know, and you know, having that put out there to the world, especially to people who are like the kids that are coming up in the scene right now, unknowingly carrying that torch, unknowingly being a part of this history, you know, being made aware of it now, you know. Like I would love to have David on, you know, and maybe pick his brain about like from his perspective, like right now, you know, and like what does he know about like showcase, like what is it, how much of like like a mythic thing is it for people like in their generation, you know what I mean? Like it's like, oh, it's like a like Bigfoot and the Loch Ness monster and shit, you know what I mean? Like to them, you know.
The only person I saw like kind of representing the Inland Empire like that in the hardcore scene for like a while, like in a prominent way, would be Braxton.
Oh, for
like,
sure.
I would always see him representing like, and then now like I'm glad we have like these bands like Big Ass Chuck and Smoke 909. Like,
Desmadre.
Yeah, I mean, even when I touch like on Dress and all them, like nobody was waving that flag. You know, as far as I'm concerned, Bound in Blood was the first band to throw Inland Empire onto a shirt proudly. You know, Inland Empire beat down, all back print, and on Dress wears that shirt at every fucking show.
Yeah,
like, you know, it's on a comfort colors, but he's worn it so much it looked like it came from fucking 2002. Dude, you know, like,
and these are guys that are younger than me, you know, and they inspired me to rep so heavy like that, because like I felt like it wasn't like there wasn't. I feel like I would doing it by myself. Seemed like mad corny. You know what I mean?
Dude, you know, I mean, I'm learning about a lot of these bands from LA, Orange County that are full of IE dudes. And I'm just like, dude, like, and like, you know, people who like shit on the IE for so long,
Bro.
and it's like, dude, you guys are IE. Like, what the fuck is going on? You know,
Dude, even when I was like in ACDC, dude, like, and when they would make fun of me and be like, "Oh, guys on the IE, what you guys do for fun? You hang out in front of Walmart and shit." And I was like, "Fuck you guys, no fucking idea."
like, dude, we got Target. Come on, we
Yeah, we have Stater Brothers, bitch.
Dude, we got bakers, homies.
Yeah,
yeah, dude, we're with the times. We have Sprouts out here, you know. Like,
yeah.
come on.
It's like, shut up, dude. This isn't like some desert, like, you know, like wasteland.
Yeah,
It's not. People treat it like the elephant graveyard, and it's
Oh,
not.
for sure. You know, and I could get it, like, coming from LA, like, yeah, of course, an hour, 2 hour drive with traffic.
Yeah.
You know, like, of course, we're in the fucking boonies, you know, but still, like, again, like, what we had in the past, you know, it isn't what we have right now isn't what we had in the past, of course. But that's why it's up to the promoters out there, or like, that's why I like Condor so much. Condor is like, we'll do LA, we'll do Orange County, we'll do IE, they'll book everywhere, you know. And it's like, it takes a fucking, you know, whole team of those dudes to build up the fucking scene, you know. It's a total, like, if you build it, they will come.
Yeah.
And so, like, if IE fucking sucks so much, come make it better. Help us also make it fucking better, because we have all the fucking bands that want to do cool shit out here as well. But, you know, again, it's too far, or it's a B market.
Yeah.
You know,
And see, and that's what I'm saying.
Let's build it to a fucking A market or whatever, you know, like.
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's these dudes that are seeing at these playing these shows like all the time now, and repping it like that inspired me to do it from like our perspective, which is like, you know, like that fast hardcore power violence type, you know, realm, because no one's doing that, and no one's doing that from the IE. And like the last time, like the IE had like a loud, proud band like that was like what, fucking Pissed Happy Children, you know, or Crossed Out maybe, you know, like, so it kind of like made it like okay, and like to be like, yeah, you know what, fuck that, I'm gonna add that to like the shit that I'm gonna say with my chest too, you know. Like, we're IE power violence, we're from IE hardcore, like, you know, that's where my heart is, you know. And I'm mad loud about it because of the way that these kids like rep it these days, you know.
Yeah.
And
Dude, I remember there's the time even back in the day where IE bands, you know, coming off the fucking hype of like Donnybrook, Internal Affairs, and all this, bands out here were like, oh, we're LA hardcore. You know, I'm like, you guys are fucking living in Rancho. Like, you guys you guys practice in Ontario. Like, you guys aren't LA. Like, you know, we're close enough. You're close enough. You're not LA though.
Yeah,
like,
you say that to people who live like in Northern California. Like, oh, where do you live?
I live 45 minutes from LA.
That's what I say. Like, because I used to live in Northern California, and like when we had made the move, and back down here, like, oh, so where you guys moved to? And like, I knew that I couldn't say Riverside because they're gonna be like,
where the fuck is that?
What's Riverside? You know,
it was sucks too again
LA.
because, dude, like, they could look at all these old flyers. You know, Inside Out played Fairmount Park. Youth of Today,
right?
Threat played Fairmount Park. Like,
Infest of Spankies.
Yep.
You know, it's like we have the fucking history in Riverside.
Yeah, dude. Like, System of a Down at Showcase.
Dude,
you know?
Born at the barn.
Yeah.
Dude,
I see Incubus at the barn.
Yeah.
Like once a fucking month. It's like, you know, it's like, again, like,
fuck that, we got Anna James, Brenton Wood, Reggie Miller,
dude, Al Wilson buried at the fucking cemetery right here.
Hawaii Leonard,
A. Lee, Evanescence, he's Riverside.
Ronda Rousey's Riverside.
Yeah, Ronda Rousey's Riverside.
You know, but Travis Barker, fucking Fontana,
that's right.
It's like, I like ain't like, you know, what these fucking people like to fucking think it is, you know. But again, if it's so bad, you know that we have 5-7 booking, Division 1 booking.
SOS.
Like, you know, well, SOS is,
you
know, I mean, they're like so like LA centered at this point, you know, but still, I know Nate wants to do it out here as well, or bring it back anyway.
Yeah.
But like, still, you know, it's like we have 5-7 Division 1 who are kind of like been the ones who are carrying that torch, you know, that, you know, with the absence of SOS out here anyway, which is weird to say that because they're still very much a fucking beast. But like, we have promoters out here that want to build up the IE scene. You know, it's like, it just takes fucking help, you know. It's like we don't want to be forgotten. Like, all the other bands out here want to do cool shit too, you know. It's like, they pick from like these same 7 bands, and it's like, I mean, everyone's to blame. Ceasefire has his 7 bands, Division 1, 5-7 all have their 7 bands. It's normal, but it's like everybody wants to do cool shit. Like
you're absolutely right, because it like, again, going back to what you're saying, if you build it, they will come kind of thing. Because I remember when we went to go see Think I Care in Oxnard,
yeah.
and we were like, bro,
that shit was rowdy.
I was like, this is so great. It is so active here. These kids are having a great time, losing their mind, and it was so crazy. I loved it. We loved it. We couldn't stop talking about it. It's the best part of the show, And we're like, bro, we got that. That it just needs to be happening here, And
that Habak show at Raincross District, there's like 700 people that showed up.
That's crazy.
Zabalba.
Yeah,
500 fucking people.
That one was crazy.
I remember you telling me about how like packed that was.
That one was crazy.
Fucking wild show.
Yeah.
There's a fucking market out here. It just needs to be built up. You know.
Well, I hope that everybody who plans on like going to this show on the 29th for at DBZ with Soul Search, I hope they're just like not buying their tickets right now, because they live paycheck to paycheck and are waiting for like to pull the trigger like right before the thing happens.
$25 ticket at the door.
Yeah, so that like I'm curious. I hope that like in my mind that deserves a lot of people to go. It's calling for it. Like it's a needed show.
Yeah, it's what the kids say. It's IE mandatory.
Yeah,
you have to pull up. You're right. If you fucking scream,
I'm hoping to see a lot of familiar faces.
That's why I, like when I was saying like on that story post trying to promote it, is like it was announced the same week as the announcement of Ezzat's passing, right? And it's at a location that's like you can tell that it's so much influenced by Showcase, right in that same vicinity, and every band on that bill is Inland Empire, right? Like, say it with your chest and show the fuck up, Like if you're really about it, you'd be there, right? And you would prove everybody else wrong, and if you're not there, then shut up.
We fuck ourselves.
Exactly.
That's it. It's like we shoot our own foot, if it doesn't fucking pack out. Because again, like SOS, the truth of it is that they're the hardcore promotion. And if they see it as like a waste of fucking time to try to tap into this market, we have ourselves to blame. Our scene has itself to blame because they don't want to fucking pull up for something like that. Even though they were probably the same people that were fucking begging for it.
Yeah.
But they're probably just, man, it's a $20 ticket and not $10 ticket. Or,
And I would wager that a lot of the bands from this area want it that bad too, to the point where like they're not going to make it about money.
Yeah, dude, Soul Search could easily just go, nah, we'll just do our Sound of Furies and our Palladiums, our Armes. Like we don't need to do this.
Yeah, exactly.
And they fucking just said, we're going to do DBZ.
Yeah, they haven't been here in a long time, and they're saying it so much louder with their chest by being like, yeah, this is what we want to do, this is where we want to do it, and it's important enough to just make it happen.
Yeah, and from my understanding, like they were like set on like, nah, we want DBZ.
Yeah, they were super set on it. Like, because even when I was talking to like Dorian about it, like a lot of the questions were like, oh, what's the cap space? Like, because I had been working with I don't know if you know Fernando or Musty Fishbowl, another like promotion that kind of works a little bit with Andres. Like I was trying to talk to him about it, and then he was trying to give me venues. I know he said that he originally wanted to start trying to work on it and maybe put it at the cathedral.
Oh yeah.
And because it was because it has a bigger cap space.
Yeah.
I believe it was like a cap of like 500 or 600 or something like that.
Probably, yeah. It looks like it, yeah.
It's kind of like Pomona's Belasco or something like that. Obviously, I would have packed out like obviously it provided the space for something massive like that.
Yeah.
But like no, they're very specific. No, like that's the location that we want, right? And it's these bands we want to do it with. Like I mean, like because I didn't ask to be on that show. I was literally trying to talk to Dorian to do it because I wanted to see Soul Search in the IE.
Yeah.
And like he was like, no, you guys have to play like you're day one, right? And I'm like, fuck yeah, that's tight. Like now I don't have to pay to go see it. Or ask me to get some
Yeah,
dogs.
again, when I was given the commission, I was like, who's hitting where it hurts? And like, oh, Soul Search wants him on it, so it's like, I was like, okay, and then I do my research, like, oh, like, all right, man, all right, cool, like, so should be a good time. I hope it's a good time. It's gonna be a good time, regardless.
I'm looking forward to it, man.
But again, it's just for me in the scene, it's just like, don't fuck this up.
Yeah.
Like, you guys asked for this shit. Undress made it happen.
It's needed, and I'm so much looking forward to it. I need it,
Yeah.
Like, even if I wasn't playing, I was gonna be there, dude.
Yeah.
It's literally down the street from my house. Like, I'm gonna take my son.
Yeah.
Like, my 6-year-old, that fool's coming, dude. Like, I want to show him, like, dude, don't miss this.
Yeah.
Dude, it's gonna be awesome. I'll include the flyer like in the video, like on this part. I'll put it like on the screen so people can see. August 29th, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
August 29th.
Friday, August 29th. It's the epic return of Soul Search in the IE, which that's something they haven't done.
The return to IE.
Yeah, they haven't done that in I don't know how many years, bro.
Yeah, because I was talking to Dorian and I was like, Haven doesn't count. He goes, it's IE enough. Pomona's LA County.
Yeah.
So this is their first proper Inland Empire
IE
show.
proper. It's
like Sparrow's Den.
That band cut that demo blocks from that building. So I mean, so then you have these Zabalba, Smoke 909, Harsh Reality, Inkari, and then which is a cool mix, of a variety of different, because Inkari is like a doom metal.
They're doom, yeah. They bridge that gap from like Zabalba and everything else.
Yeah, and then Hit 'em or Hearse does like a hardcore power balance type blend, So I feel like it's a good place to find that spectrum of what IE hardcore has to offer, right? In a very special place and a very special time.
Yeah,
I think.
I'm looking forward to it.
Me too.
Well, Gabe, I've enjoyed this conversation. Just
Same.
The knowledge you have and just like hearing all the stories it was awesome, dude. Like, thank you so much for doing this.
Sure.
And I like that we're ending with what were we watching right now?
This is I can't remember what show this is, but yeah, you can see Mitch from Suicide Silence moshing in here. Their drummer from Suicide Silence, Josh, moshing in here. But
this is your band playing, right?
Yeah, it's Bound and Blood show. So
dude, that's so tight. But yeah, like I said, thank you again. Like I know I can speak for them. Like, we really appreciate you like taking the time to talk to us about this.
Of course. Sure. I couldn't turn this down. Again, like, you put in your thing, and you bring up Showcase. So you're like, you want to talk about Showcase? Like, yes. Just light up, so.
Is there anything you want to plug?
I can't think of anything right now. It's just
Darasuum.
Yeah, you listen to Darasuum. Hopefully finish our album coming out on New Age Records. And then just
past once nourished. So if you enjoyed the conversation that we've had about i.e. like punk hardcore history, like it's a place where you can find a collection of old shows that we've talked about specifically as Showcase, images of the flyers and ticket stubs. It's a cool visual like piece, I guess you could say, to the conversation.
You can even jump onto YouTube. You'll see a bunch of videos of Showcase and stuff. So ton of it on my channel.
Any parting words?
Go to a show.
Hell yeah.
Support.
Yeah. Definitely support.
Say it with your chest.
Keep your phone in your pocket.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't film fights.
Yeah.
Don't film stage dives.
Yeah, there you go. All right, we'll see everybody next time.